You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Shout out to the fam, man. What's poppin', man? PPR, we in the building, man. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the live tonight, man. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate all of you guys for being in the live. Shout out to Brother Castro, Stacy. What's poppin', fam? Much love to you. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream, man. Big Q, DC, Lexxah, we all up in this thing, man. We're gonna talk some Pelicans tonight. It's the Pels gear up for a crucial season, man. A lot of stuff's on the line for this year. A lot of stuff's on the line for this year. But we're gonna go over some news, notes, and items on Pelican Talk, and then, man, we're gonna drop the link and open up it's Friday Pel time, fam. We're gonna drop the link and open up the stream for the family members to chime in. What's up, Bird Talk? How you doing? Yeah, man, I got several reports I got to be where I just told DC that in the meeting, man, prior to the show, man. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on, man. But big ups to you guys. Appreciate y'all, man, for being here. We got, like I said, we got some stuff that we're going to talk about, man, and we want to hear from you guys tonight. So please feel free to help us out by giving us a share, a like, and if you're not a subscriber, hit the sub button. All right, DC, how you doing tonight, sir? Appreciate all of y'all being here. Lex, DC, how's everything going, fam?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I'm just glad I don't have to watch football this Sunday. So I'm doing excellent once I realized that.
Well, I mean, that is true. I mean, you could watch football Sunday, just not
I'm
the same.
I'm excited about not having to watch the Saints. Well, you know, if the Saints ain't playing, I ain't watching. I don't really care.
You might want to, DC, because there's not really good football going on from them.
I'm gonna just keep watching, looking at the standings, man, and see how the draft goes.
Okay, all right. Okay, I can't argue with that. All right, Lex, you all right? How you doing tonight?
Yeah, what up with you?
Oh, good. Everything's good. Appreciate you. All right, so anyway, fam, let's get it going, man, in the stream, man. Like I said, I'm eager to hear from some of the family members tonight. We'll open up the phone lines after we kind of go over some of these news.
I think Bird Talk then figured you out, Big Q.
He says you got 10 jobs like a Jamaican. I think the only Jamaican on the show is you, DC. So you kind of cornered.
I don't have 10 jobs, man. That's you. One job, 2 jobs, 3. You lazy bum. You only have 3 jobs. You don't remember that skit from In Living Color, Lex?
Yeah, don't make me feel. DC, I'm petty. Don't make me go get the clip.
Go find it, bro. That was actually funny. I used to laugh at that one. In Living Color was man. They had some epic moments. Man.
You lazy lima bean.
Yeah, you lazy lima bean. And they play Homie the Clown right after that.
Oh man, yeah, those are some good skits, man. Very funny, man. All right,
very good part of my childhood, man.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't know they play that show over there, man.
Over what? In
Over there
Maroro?
no, on the island.
Yeah, they play in Maroro, you know.
Okay. I thought they was it in English or what?
It was on Fox, I think.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let me start messing with DC, man. Let's get right into some of this stuff. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all being in the stream, man. All right, Pelicans. Now, this was early in the week. Cut 4 players. The Pelicans removed 4 players from their preseason roster, announcing on press release they said helped. Or what the hell am I talking about? It happened on Wednesday that they requested the waivers. Elfrid Payton was put on waivers. Keon Brooks Jr., Tyre Mitchell, and Josh Oduro. Now all 4 players were essentially identical. 9 guaranteed contracts with the Exhibit 10 clauses that would allow them to be eligible to earn bonuses worth over $77,000 apiece if reported to the BHAM squadron. They spent at least 60 days with the G League affiliate. Brooks and Oduro went undrafted early this year and have no prior G League experience, so they can be designated as affiliate players for the squadron. Payton and Mitchell played for the NBA GL teams last season, but they had their returning rights acquired by BHAM in a pair of separate trades during the offseason. So the Pelicans have 14 players on the guaranteed contracts and 3 on 2-way deals for a total of 17 players on the roster. So those are the 17 players who appear likely to open the regular season with the club, though it's possible the Pelicans will continue to shuffle Exhibit 10 players in and off the roster over the next few days for G League purposes. Josh Oduro, Keon Brooks Jr., Tyre Mitchell, and Elfrid Payton. So that's kind of helping out with the squadron. Jalen Crutcher, I think
we got to pull up our active roster then to see what made the cut. Cause
let me see if I can find that, DC. This is one right here.
Shout out Elfrid Payton. That's one.
Shout out to Real Right.
I think we should have kept Elfrid Payton, man. We always need a backup point guard, man. We always catch ourselves in the spot with Jose getting hurt.
Yeah.
CJ, especially after watching last game, CJ's just not a point guard, man. I don't want him to have to do that anymore.
Please don't. He's just too selfish with the ball, DC.
Let somebody facilitate for him, and he can just, when he get the ball, he can just shoot it, man. If he don't need to be shot, just don't swing it over.
Right, bro. He just listen. No disrespect to CJ McCollum, brother. You're just too selfish with the ball, man.
CJ is a certified scorer, man. Like he a walking bucket, but he is not a walking facilitator. I'll tell you that. Nah,
he trying to get his. But anyway, if you look at now this is unofficial, but this is some of the done right here by Rail Wright, one of our Pelican writers from the WhoDatDaily.com. He had put up a table here. At the point guard position for the Pelicans, you see DeJounte Murray, Jose Alvarado, is Antonio Reeves, and CJ McCollum there. Shooting guards, you got Trey Murphy there. Jordan Hawkins, Herb Jones, and Jamal Cain. Small forward, Ingram, Javonte Green, Malcolm Hill. Power forward, Zion Williamson, Mekovic, Jeremiah Robinson Earl. He got the centers at Yves Messi, Daniel Tyson, Trey Jimerson. So, we have, like I said, it's not the most ideal roster the Pelicans have, but like I said, this is still what we called, and we've been saying this for a while, this is like a living roster, DC. Remember we had that term, Sam, the last couple of years, and that's just what it seems to feel like it is when you have players like what the Pelicans have. Like, we have some real talent, and it'll be determined how we intend we'll be able to use that. But in terms of that, Pelicans get those guys off. We just showed you an unofficial depth chart right there of what's popping. All right, let's keep it moving then, DC. Lexxah, I'm going to just let you guys have the floor after that to kind of comment on these articles. Pelican superstar named top 30 NBA player entering the regular season. Pelicans have more than one star on the roster, but but none of them shine as bright as the superstar forward. Pelicans no strangers to having star players on their roster, with a roster that includes CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones. The star power goes on and on. 4 men are stars in their own right. None of them shine as bright as the superstar Zion Williamson. He made a name for himself in college by being the biggest and strongest man on the court. While he may not be the biggest man in the NBA, no one will question how strong he is, and he still shows his power when he backs down the biggest big men regularly. Williams has been so good throughout his career. to this point, when healthy, that ESPN has ranked him 27th in their top 100 NBA player rankings entering the 24-25 season. That's 30 spots higher than what he was ranked at last year's time frame. United Williams rose 30 spots thanks to his availability this season, writes Michael Wright of ESPN, that allowed the former number one pick the ability to consistently showcase his electric skill set. The best ability is availability. Amen to that, man. A round of applause for that shit, man. Jeez. You got to be there to win something. All right. That allowed the former number one pick the ability to consistently showcase his electric skill set as well. So in the 23-24 campaign, he has in any other year throughout his NBA tenure with 70 games, right? Williamson scored almost 23 points a game, 57% shooting, almost 6 rebounds, a 0.7 on the blocks across 31.5 minutes. But wait, there's more. The Pels just added DeJounte Murray to the roster, a true point guard capable of facilitating offense, something that the team has not had since Lonzo Ball in 2021. With a true point guard handling the facilitation, Williamson can now focus more on his scoring opportunities, getting away from the defenders and finding open lanes to drive to the basket and throw down monster jams. That is, assuming the big man stays healthy. While it is a legitimate concern, Williamson has worked hard on his durability with workouts twice a day and cutting the weight to 260 pounds this offseason, which should theoretically have him in much better position to remain healthy down the stretch. Williamson remaining healthy down the stretch is something that the Pelicans will need this year with the improvements they have made to their roster. They have more than an outside opportunity by surprising or surpassing the 49-33 record from last season and making their second consecutive playoff appearance and third in the last 5 years. It's shaping up to be a promising season for the Pelicans, and ESPN's 27th ranked player is sure to be a big part of it. Thank you, Mr. Troy Brock. This was a very solid article talking about ESPN and some of their people recognizing the seriousness, because it'd been a running gag about Zion Williamson at this time of the year coming into the season. Not the same this year. So I mean, we'll see how it all flails. And let's keep it moving, man. And I'm gonna kind of give y'all the floor and let y'all talk about these articles at the time. Now, this is another one where we covered here, and this happened early in the week, dealing with the Kings and the potential trade rumors that's circulating around about Brandon Ingram. Kings remain interested in trading for Zach LaVine and Brandon Ingram. This is according to Bleacher Report. And writer Matt Issa, the Sacramento Kings remain interested in trading for Zach LaVine or Brandon Ingram. The Kings acquired DeMar DeRozan from the Bulls, and DeRozan and LaVine were teammates in Chicago for 3 seasons. Ingram is in the final year of his contract, and he'll make $36 million this year. The Pelicans are open to trading him. Meanwhile, the Bulls have been trying to trade LaVine for over a year. Ingram averaged almost 21 points a game, 5 boards, almost 6 assists, a steal, and 0.6 on the blocks in 23-24, while shooting 49% plus from the field, 35.5 from downtown, and 80% from the foul line. We know what happened with the Pelicans last year, but in his career averages, BI is over 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists throughout his career. So the thing about it is, with this, and we kind of phrase it with this article, is that the trade interest is around what happened, and many people, the insiders, believe that the Sacramento Kings are attempting to clear some space in the near future to make a play for either one of the guys mentioned. So the trade that they did do mid-October was they traded Jalen McDaniels and a 2nd-round pick to the Spurs. Now, with this move, they did create a trade exception of over $4.74 million. You know, they gave the Spurs a 2nd-round protected top 55 pick in 2025 to open up some of that money. So a lot of them believe the salary dump is an attempt to free up future space for a potential move for one of these players. Very interesting. Like I said, it got dull until you seen the Knicks do what they did. Got spicy with that big cat trade that kind of woke people up at this point. Because a lot of people was like, okay, some of these big trades, we're about to get the season. All this stuff is not going to happen. We're just going to focus on what we got. Knicks said, no, boom, big cat. You take this Randall dude. And that kind of add a little spice to this section of the year. So we'll see how it all shakes and folds. So any way you slice it, man, a lot of people insiders are saying this could be a move for Brandon Ingram. They have 2 midi masters. I don't know if that'll work, but hey, man, we'll see what they're offering when the time comes. But anyway, I'm gonna bounce it back to you guys on that before we go to the next one. So DC, Lex, have at it. Which ones y'all want to cover? Y'all want to talk about the Brandon Ingram potential trade or the Zion Williamson 27th listing according to ESPN, baby?
I mean, we obviously got to talk about both of them.
Which one, DC? I know I'm at my bad, bro. Let me use my proper English. Which article? What do you want to talk about? One
first or second? No,
Lex, please help DC. Help my Lex.
Go Pelsman.
Go Pelsman. Go Pelsman.
It's all Pels. Peace. Yes. I think the Zion ranking is, self-explanatory. We done went over that a bunch of times. Him being 27th, in their eyes, I could respect that. I feel like he's 18th or 19th, but Brandon Ingram's situation, man, is, that's the one that gets us on the right track, right? That's the one that gets the Pels in a situation to where we can stop floundering around and flip-flopping on what we're going to be as a team. Go ahead and get this over with if this is what's going to happen. Free up a lot of confusion, make Trey Murphy happy, insert him into the starting lineup. So this is the, I guess, story I'm most interested in. The Kings remaining interested in Zach LaVine or Brandon Ingram. I mean, Brandon Ingram is obviously the better get out of the two players. Zach LaVine is more injury prone than Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying? And he costs more. I don't know what he's asking for a new contract, but I think he's still on the hook for another 2-3 years under that current contract, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm trying to figure out how this will work out for the Kings. Like, who would they send away? We obviously would have to involve a third team, I would think. They can't do anything but really give us draft compensation. Are we still trying to get a center? They don't have any centers to give us.
That's where the third team comes in.
Right. So who would the third team be? Is really the question. I only got 2 teams I can think of. Well, it has to be Orlando or the Blazers. You put Utah in the mix too. I guess they could be one of those teams.
Because we've been hearing about them consistently. But yeah, the Blazers, that was good in Orlando. But yeah, I probably say those 3 teams. I think Cleveland is definitely out though. I think they should just let go of the notion.
Try telling that to David Griffin.
Sure it out. Yeah, he's stuck on that.
Not letting go of that Jared Allen
dream. That man had. That's the only plan that man had. That was his plan A, and he didn't have nothing after.
I like Jared Allen too, but I don't think he's trying to hold on to for 3 years, like to try to get it's getting crazy at this point. We've been going after Jared Allen for about 2.5 years already.
But DC, who says it's Jared Allen though? I mean, and I don't want.
He don't stretch the floor like that either. That's what's crazy. I mean, we talk about somebody stretching the floor and everything.
Actually, Jared Allen does. I think he can. I don't think he's been asked to do that.
He can stretch the floor.
Jared Allen consistently hits 18, 19-foot jumpers, and he didn't hit some 3-pointers.
I thought you said
he just started taking 3-pointers. Yeah.
Well, when I say stretch the floor, I'm talking about.
Pull it up. He hit like 30. He hit like 30 of them last year. I think 30 3-pointers.
And how many games are in the season?
I mean, obviously it's a small sample size, but I'm saying he's hit 30.
Do we want to do the math?
How many JV hit last year?
DC trying to take the man back to college, man. Damn, DC. 30 games.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying he hit about 33 pointers. He didn't start shooting.
We got a lot of people up in here. Shout out to everybody who's listening in and stuff. Can y'all hit that like button?
Yeah, that's what's happening, everybody in the chat. That's right.
Sure. What? Did I do it all right? Vicky.
I like your energy, Lex. Yeah. Shout out to Lex, man. All right, so listen, man. Y'all, hey. The Brandon Ingram thing, yeah, this is Lex. We've in DC, we've talked about this ad nauseum, man, about the incomplete feel of how it is. But I'm keeping an open mind and open heart about the whole situation. To be honest with you, where we go with Bi, man, things change rapidly on the NBA's landscape. To be quite honest with you, so the whole Bi card, man, that'll be interesting moving forward. So the third, the mystery team, DC. That's the whole point about who it is. You know, I don't know. They hadn't revealed who that team is, but it's just rumors early on. You know,
you got the Magic. They got like 4 or 5 centers on their rosters, man. And
they do
find everybody. There's no way.
Didn't Wendell Pierce
all of those guys?
Seem like everybody being stingy with their big men though, but it's very understandable.
They got like 4 though, Lex. They can't play. They got to move over.
Yeah, then they just gave Pierce a contract, didn't they? I mean, not Pierce. What's his name?
Apparently, they can.
Carter.
DC.
They gave Carter a contract, didn't they? Like what? 3 years at 50? Yeah, they gave him like
Carter Jr. still has 2 years at like $10 million a year, so he's still under contract. But they renewed everybody else. Gogo Batadza, they gave him a deal. Mo Wagner then got a deal. I think I'm missing another center they got over there, and they got Jonathan Isaac, who plays, kind of a small ball center role for them.
I think that would be the guy, to be honest with you. That
they're not gonna give up Jonathan Isaac. I ain't gonna hold you. If they gave up Jonathan Isaac, bro, you could wrap it up. Like our team would be.
We've been pushing that for a while.
That's the best small ball center you probably could get, but he does have, he comes with injury concerns, which is why I could see them holding on to him and another center or so, because his injury concerns, and you can't play small ball against everybody, right? Especially not in the new NBA where everybody's trying to get bigger now. So some teams are leaning away from the old ideology of playing small while we're just fully embracing it. People trying to get bigger because everybody can't beat the Celtics.
Yeah, Carter, 3 years at what is it? Let me see. Didn't they got a contract? Am I right on that? I'm doing it. Go ahead, Lex.
You're probably correct, but I think
here it is right here. Here it is right here. I was looking for it. They signed him. Magic signed Wendell Carter Jr. to reported $59 million. It's a 3-year deal at $59 million for Wendell. Yep. See, Orlando Sentinel. Orlando agreed to a contract with Wendell Carter Jr. on Monday. Per multiple sources, the deal is 3 years, $59 million, which will keep him with the team through 28-29 season. Includes team option for the final season. ESPN Tim Bontemps reported it. Tim Bontemps, that's the dude that be on the show with Wendy. It's Tim Bontemps and the other guy that be on the show with the Wendy's show. The Wendy, what's his name? I forgot the guy's name.
Dave Thomas show.
The Wendy show.
The Dave Thomas show. There you go. This guy right here. This is him right there. He's a part of it.
I'm sorry, man. Could you go to the Zootopia thing with Paul Hauser?
Oh wow.
Does that remind you of Wendy?
Yes. Be like, you got a donut in your what? What? Oh, there goes that little Dickens I was looking for.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the donut stuck in his chin.
He looked dead like it.
That's so wrong to do Wendy like that.
Oh my gosh. He was looking for that donut and it was in his neck the whole time.
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work with Wendy. Lex.
I don't know, man.
All right, but yeah, that's the thing though, Wendell Carter. So yeah, DC, they do have a collection of centers, man. At that point, they need multiple teams to get involved with a particular a trade there. That'll be a move to kind of help improve the Pelicans make that jump. A lot of people believe the Pelicans are one player, especially a center. We covered that article before, away from really being a team that gets you there. So like I said, when we started the broadcast, the thumbnail that's here, this is what's on my mind. Seeing the parade behind Zion, grabbing the championship trophy. That's what we want to see. This is our thoughts made real right here. A championship for the city of New Orleans with Zion as the season MVP. That is the ultimate goal right here, fam. Let's not lose sight of that. This is what we want right here as diehard Pelican family members. So That's what we looking at, man. I just had to create it. Maybe I need to come up with some more art like that, fam, that just keep on having that in the collective mindset, because that's what it's about, man. Having one of these, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Getting there.
Okay.
All right, DC. And then when you get ready to go back, bro, we'll make one for you. We'll wrap it with a little green and yellow and red.
I enjoy the one that's right here.
Okay,
I'll go to
okay.
Smoothie King Center and check it out myself.
Okay, cool. All right. Lex, go ahead, Lex. You wanted to chime in?
Yeah, I wanted to know y'all's thoughts about Jamarion Sharp. Did y'all hear about him?
Break it down, Lex.
He's 7'5". He played for the Mavs, and they just waived him.
Oh, you thinking the Pelicans might take a look at him or bring him in for
how good do you see him as? I'm not familiar with him. What do you know about him?
I mean, he runs the floor well. He knows how to use his length. Block shots.
Can he move from side to side? Because if he can't move from side to side, Willie ain't gonna play.
I mean, he looked nice out there. A lot of Mavs fans were upset that they waived him.
Okay, that's a
so
problem.
They were like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, that's the kid from Ole Miss.
Just
pull him up, Q.
I am. I'm working on
and
it.
You can probably from his Mavs highlights, but just wanted to.
Why is his head shaped like that?
He's 7'5", DC.
I mean, something's gonna be deformed.
Yeah, the man is literally
It's like we all have some type of deformities, right?
Yeah.
Maybe your eyes a little higher than the other.
Why his head look like that? What
I'm
you talking about?
Like,
What's wrong with
look,
you over there?
what
That
is
wasn't the picture I had in my mind.
What does he play like?
I mean, you didn't have any picture. You didn't know what the man looked like.
Gracious.
But he had to be a brother because his name was Jamarion. So I mean,
he looked like he got squished like sideways. His shoulders all short.
Put
the tape on. Let me see the man play.
Go ahead, Lex. I'm sorry for that comment.
No, you good. I was just wanted to
know. He's young too. He's 23.
Yeah.
I said the quiet part out loud, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, DC. Yeah, it's all right, DC. So okay. All right. So I'm trying to pull up some footage on him right now.
It might look different. He look different moving, Bad picture. It's a bad angle. Oh wow, that was nice.
Yeah, this is the guy from Ole Miss. I remember from Ole Miss.
Yeah, I've watched a few of the Mavs games. Just trying to peek in on other games, but he seemed to move well.
A 7'5" guy that can move, challenge, and everything. I would go for it. He can't cost that much money. Look at that. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And plus he's 7'5".
We don't try to get him somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody will.
There's other people who are looking for a center. Lakers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and he seems very aggressive.
I'm getting a little worried now because I'm only seeing the same stuff.
Right.
There we go. Oh,
this is G League.
Yeah, some of his G League stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the little stuff, man. He probably still learning the game. The highlights look nice, but like you said,
that's Trey Jemison right there. He blocked on
the same ones.
Now they got a few new ones in there. Look, I mean, a 7'5" center that runs, man. It's a rim guy.
I don't see him running.
He just jumped on. Dunked on Trey Jemison on that one.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, he definitely worth giving a shot to.
I mean, he can. I mean, I'm looking at help with the rebounding, things of that nature. I mean, because he looks active around the basket, and rebounding, believe it or not, is going to be a concern. So,
you think so, Lex?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
did Bertalk, he been cut? He was cut.
They released him.
They waived
Dallas
him.
Mavericks cut him.
I guess Mavs fans were like, "Dog, you should have let go of Powell instead of this guy.
Oh, that's what they said.
Paul is.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to say that about him because Paul is. Paul gets he be hurt too.
And you know, it might be a money thing too. They're a team, and
Yeah, it possibly is, but hey,
He's
for
starting to pay
whatever
people,
reason,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't teach height. And we could definitely
That's intriguing, man. That's
use that on
intriguing.
the team.
He's a
But
local kid too from Ole Miss over there, so I mean that wouldn't be a bad deal.
yeah, Southern guy.
New Wave say he a dog. All right, but that works
Okay.
investigating.
Yeah.
That's worth investigating.
And we do need
We
dogs.
put him in the weight room. We might have something, man.
7'5"
Get him.
DC. Them guys don't, you know.
Yeah, that's right, Jordan G. I definitely was thinking the same thing. I get him just to use against Wemby.
Or Edie.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren.
I don't know about Edie. Look, Edie kind of thick, man. Edie.
I mean,
Well, you use them in intro. You got to goon it out though, DC. That's what we have.
but still, like, just having his height, and then you're talking about you're not even looking at his wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to alter shots, especially it's like, hey man, you don't have to in certain situations, you don't have to go for every block. Just put your hands up, make yourself big.
But I'm with you, Lex, on the rebound. And I wonder how good his rebounding is, because that's other than Trey Jemison, it seems like I don't know how good Carlo is. I think maybe he's cool. Daniel Tice ain't about to snag a whole bunch of boards. And Yves Mises has a problem, still getting on the boards.
Who?
He ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
What's his name, DC? Hold on, Lex. Hold on, Lex. DC, what's the man name?
The rookie. Mises.
Feces.
You nasty.
You said it's Yves Mises. What's Mises?
Mises.
It's more than one of them?
Yves Mises.
Dude, stuff. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, Lex. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
my
system is locked up, so I'm gonna come back in. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
DC, what are you talking about? Mises
the rookie we got that should be from Mississippi.
It's one of them things where Mises rhyme with Reese's. Is that what's going on here?
If that's what you like, that's what you into, bro.
It's Yves Mises, bro, not Mises. It's on it.
Yves Mises.
No, it's not Mises. It's Mises.
Yves Mises, yeah. That's what I think.
Okay. All right, DC. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's not a bad suggestion by Lex for Jamarion Sharp. Not a bad idea at all.
How good is your guy at rebounding, Lex? You pay attention?
I'm trying to pull his stats up here. Try to see what you got going on. Lex, how good is he at rebounding? I'm trying to pull the stats up now.
I'm not sure. I watched towards the end of the Mavs game and saw him like live, but I really noticed, how active he was, around the glass. I don't know. I was skipping through a lot of games that day.
I mean, on potential, it's a 7'5" shot blocker.
Yeah, I mean, he can't be that bad. I'm just saying he's worth a shot. Like, why not?
Yeah,
what do you have to lose? I know he may not be a starting center, but
I damn sure love to see him over JRE. I'll tell you that.
Because we could use some more size, man. 7'5", you can't teach that. Can't teach it. And there's a lot of experienced bigs out here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. We got a lot of people, man, to be honest with you. In terms of those bigs, man, we got a collection of different bigs, to be honest with you. Carlo, with his style, and more offensive than defensive, but a lob threat around there will dunk on you. Trey Jemison, more of a 7-foot sturdy defensive player, shot blocker. Yves Mises rhymes with Reese's, like DC says. And he's a guy that does his thing as well. I mean, he looked really good in that last preseason game too. And they talked about him, his ability to kind of learn quickly. So that's the big question mark.
Yeah, I like what I saw the last game. He looked nice.
Right. That's what I'm saying, DC. That's one of the sticking points we talked about when we talked about him, man, in terms of his learning ability, picking up stuff fast. So that could be a major thing. Let's kind of look at this, man. Then I'm gonna kind of hand the floor to you guys. We're gonna open up the phone lines tonight. I want to hear from you guys as well. Yeah, Vertalk says, Q, time to make that call. Tell him to grab Buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, it wouldn't cost a lot of money too. Even if you grab the
Really?
guy and stash him on and play him in the G League, have him in the G League or whatever. Because that's, I mean, it wouldn't be you need. I mean, Wemby or and Edie and whoever these big tall guys is, he'll be a developmental guy. Like I said, this dollar figure wouldn't cost a lot of money. It would be actually a pretty solid move to get him.
I'm
So
still waiting
shout out to Lex for that.
trying to get him though. I'm pretty sure the Pels they have to be looking at that and making calls, man. If they're not, I mean, you're just doing yourself a disservice.
That means they're not being aggressive.
Right. I mean, we don't really have anybody locked in at the center spot right now. Like, you have to consider that.
No.
Yeah.
You
All
don't
bets.
know what you might find,
Right. All bets are open right now in terms of whatever you got to do to improve the roster, especially at the center position. If you can get a 7'5" rim blocking center, and he looks like he don't look stiff and
Yeah, he looks like he moves well. Like
yeah.
he doesn't. He looks like he's comfortable in his body. Because a lot of times when you're that height, you don't look too comfortable.
Yeah, you look rigid,
unorthodox or something.
Yeah, you look rigid and stiff. Yeah, like some of them do. Like Sean King looked back in the day. You're a big, tall guy, but he all rigid, and stuff like that. But yeah, there you go.
Sean
all right,
Bradley.
Right, but Sean, that's what I said. What I said.
You say King. I figured you meant Sean Bradley.
Yeah, Sean Bradley.
Dallas too.
Yeah, there you go, brother. Yeah, I'm talking.
Dallas has a history. No, think about it. Didn't they get the other brother who was it Boban Bogdanovic or whatever his name was?
They did. I think
he's like 7'3" or something. He's huge
like
too.
that. Yeah.
So they always looking for them big old dudes, and they gave him like he had a little role too, man. He would come in, towards the back end of the game, and he was a fan favorite. Yeah, I mean, that role over there for a while.
But that's what good teams do, bro. You have players that you roll out when you need them to roll out to help you out. When you got an extraordinary size Wemby or, like I said, Edie or any other tall guy, you need a tall guy for a tall guy to kind of throw at him. There you go. If you need to throw a couple of centers at them, I like to say goons, guys that you don't care if they foul out or not, they can go out there and get physical with their guys. And we got a bunch of them. That's one of the things I was saying in the offseason. Like, we have all these different centers and we know how to use them. What the hell we care if we roll Trey Jemison out there against the Joker and he gets physical with him or whatever? What the hell we care? He gets physical with the Joker, kind of beats him up a little bit, something, and he gets 5 fouls. Who the hell cares? We roll the next guy out of there to kind of, to get physical with these guys. So, I mean, it does open the roster.
Just think defensively, though, man, putting the wrong centers out there and just what you're trying to do offensively, you can't throw a monkey wrench in that with what we have in Zion. If you're going to be a center that can't shoot, you have to be a hell of a screener. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to set Z up that way and the other guys on. And I think that's something that's going to take some minutes away from Mises. He looks like he's still working on that. He's not an impatient screener. He's just not great at it.
Mises.
Yeah.
No, not Mises. Why are you making it plural?
What's wrong with you, man? Keep the show going.
So just ignore that the fact that you butchering his name is Mises. It's not Mises.
A lot of names he butchered on the show.
You heard what he said. What you doing? Keep the show rolling. I'm stopping the show.
Like Mississippi, but it's me. Mises.
What? Okay.
There you go. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna keep the show moving on that one. There you go. Oh, that public school Jamaican education. That public school Jamaican education, boy, I tell you. All right, Pelicans projected depth chart.
The next 10 names you mess up, I'm gonna be sure to point them out to you.
Okay.
Even if it's on the sports com, I'm gonna come over there just to point it out to you.
No, you're not. Okay, no, you're not. All right.
Try.
No, hold on. You can't do that because I corrected you several times in a row. You keep saying the man's name wrong.
Let me see.
Okay, there you go. Qualified for the playoffs last year, the Pelicans entering the 24-25 season, aiming to make back-to-back postseason appearance for the first time since 2009. Pelicans finished 49-33 last season via the play-in tournament, earned the 8th seed in the Western Conference. They have increased their win total each of the first 3 seasons under head coach Willie Green, and will look to continue that trend this year. Among the offseason moves the front office made, including acquiring DeJounte Murray from the Hawks in a package centered around Dyson Daniels, Larry Nance, and 2 first-round picks. The team also drafted Yves Missi, the 21st pick, and Antonio Reeves, the 47th pick. With the preseason underway, Rookie Wire looked at where the Pelicans depth chart stands and projected the starters and backups for the upcoming season. So this is a little dated here. And it kind of shows these guys, DeJounte, and the money that they're making. DeJounte 29.5. Jose got his bread too, as well. Antonio Reeves at point, and the shooting guard, CJ McCollum, 33 and a third. Jordan Hawkins, Javonte Green, B.I., Trey, Zion, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, Carlo Mekovic, seeing them as a 4. And here they go with this, with Herb at almost $13 million, Daniel Tice, and the 2-way contracts of Kane, Hill, and Trey Jimerson. So that's a few of the things, and they heard some of the stuff about Herb playing some of the time at 5, basing on what they want to roll out. So that's very interesting to kind of go at. But DC, let's talk about the and this team. This show is basically centered around as the Pelicans gear up for the upcoming regular season, man.
Mhm.
Like I've said, man, I have this thumbnail right here. This is my vision, and this is really the who that. I mean, not who that, but the Pelican diehard Pelican family members' vision of what the end result will be. Zion championship trophy for the city in a parade. That's what we want to see. All right, so there you go. All right, New Wave. DC, what's that? What you putting that up
Well,
there?
I
He
mean,
said,
apparently New Wave don't see the vision because he said we always hating on Willie. So
oh, he's saying who's hating y'all on Willie?
y'all stay hating on Willie. So he talking about, y'all would be us.
I don't hate. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I don't hate on Willie.
And you know what, New Wave? Yeah, you might be. I guess it's me and Lex because Big Q is a Willie fanatic over here, and he champions Willie, and as you can see, he has us winning the championship. So
that I didn't
possibly do that.
I didn't champion Willie. I see Zion Williamson being fully healthy. That's a big part of getting.
Yeah, and the little bird over Zion's shoulder right there. You put that. See that little bird over there? That's Willie.
No, that's not.
Willie is behind the Pelican.
No, it's
your
not.
Vision.
No, Willie is the coach of the team, brother. Let's not blow it up. And I'm not nobody fanatic, bro. I'm just keeping it real on the fact that this is the head coach of the team. The head coach of the team, and in his 4th season with all the pressure, he has.
Willie gonna be a championship coach with us?
Yeah, he's gonna be a championship coach. You can't do it without Zion and this good team with something.
You're wrong. Willie is already a championship coach.
He is. He has won championships as an assistant coach.
Oh,
so I mean that's facts, bro. We can't make up nothing here. All right. So anyway, feel free to delve in there, DC, and talk about the prospects for the Pelicans in terms of what you see them going to be at the top of the season. How competitive? What do you think?
I haven't changed. Even though I see, negatives, I see issues here or there. It's right on schedule to what I thought it would be. I still see the Pels winning 50 games. Like, they're too talented. I think injuries by default would help to balance out some of the roster issues of not knowing to play who. I mean, people are going to get hurt, and we are more prepared for that than I think. Say 60% of the league, man. If we get injuries, I think the Pelicans are set up in a way where they still can be a good team, no matter who gets hurt. And yes, that's including Zion. We can still be a pretty good team, bearing any unforeseen injuries, other than like Zion being out for the year or something like that. That'll kind of derail everything. But if Brandon Ingram goes down, you don't miss a beat. Even DeJounte Murray, if he goes down, I still don't think we miss a beat. Obviously, we're a better team with all of our guys, but the Pelicans have put themselves in position to be so talented that I think by default they still find a way to win at least 50 games. That's how I've seen it, I don't see it going any other way. I think they do have a potential problem that Lex spoke about with the rebounding, as we saw in the preseason. But I got real high hopes for Zion. I think Zion is actually going to step up in that department this year. And as you can see throughout the preseason, DeJounte showed and has always been a really, really good rebounder for a point guard. So I think him and Zion maybe taking that step up, getting at least 2 more a game over last year. And everybody else, I think gang rebounding will be a bigger emphasis and a bigger focus for Willie and the rest of the coaches, because we playing small ball, man. They have, if they don't do nothing, they have to rebound, because you want to get out and run in transition. Like, you can't do that if you ain't getting a rebound. So I think they find a way to figure that out. Night to night basis, I think we're going to be too much for a lot of teams. If they play the actual style that I think they'll play, where they're getting more up tempo, shooting a lot more threes, and it bodes well for regular season success. And we cannot forget that we have none other than Mr. D'Antoni sitting around sipping Mai Tai somewhere, trying to coach them along with this. And his scheme or his style actually does bode well in the regular season. And I think we're going to run not his system per se, but a similar version of that, probably designed more by James Borrego, and combining that with Willie Green's defense. And I think that'll lead the Pels to winning at least 50 games.
Are we a playing team, DC? What you think?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't see the Pels as a playing team. They're too talented to be a playing team. Then all the teams they have in front of us, like for me, Denver is a team that I think is very good. They won a championship, but it's just something ain't right about them, man. I don't know. This could be an off year for Denver. We don't know what they're going to look like. They're not going to be at the top of things. Minnesota, to me, I know what they're coming off last year, but they don't have Big Cat anymore. What does that look like? How are we so sure about Minnesota? They're changing a lot of things. I think they'll still be good, but I mean, like, that. Who's the definitive number one in the West? Dallas is a team. It's like, okay, that's Dallas. I got to get them their props, right? You put them up there. They went to the finals. They got Luka. Can't say nothing about Dallas. But when I start going to everybody else, man, everybody got something wrong with. You know what I'm saying? The West. Now, they do have a lot of bigs in the West. We're a small team, so I know that's an issue. We can definitely get pounded down low. We don't figure out what we're doing with that. But you got Sacramento. They got better, but how much? Getting, DeRozan, does that fix all of their issues? Does that propel them to a top 3 team? The Thunder, okay, you can put the Thunder up there. They were really young. They had a great, year last year. You would expect them to maintain the same trajectory or get better. But okay, who else? The Lakers? Like, Lakers ain't a lock to me. The Lakers could be back to the goddamn playing again. All it takes is for LeBron or AD to get hurt. And to me, the West doesn't look as unbeatable or unstoppable to work your way through as people try to make it out to be. Now, I do think there's one team I didn't mention that I don't know what the hell they're going to be, and they could shock a lot of people. The Memphis Grizzlies with Zach Edey, obviously. And just for fun, another team with an asterisk, the San Antonio Spurs. Don't know what the hell they will look like with Stephon Castle and Chris Paul. But out of those teams that I named, those about 4 teams right there, everybody's set. Now, those other 2 spots, I don't think it's etched in stone, or anybody could say that the Pels can't be at least number 5 or 6. If I'm picking standards, I would at least have them there. Now, if you didn't put them above those Minnesota, OKC, Dallas, and I guess Memphis. Anything else is just like,
Well, DC, this is
Phoenix don't mean nothing, man.
let me Well, appreciate you, but let me get Lex involved because this is an article I think when she was talking about the NBA standard predictions. A lot of the writers from the NBA, this is their call on what they believe for the Western Conference standards. You can see they got OKC and Minnesota at the top. One of these writers do Ashburner and the Pelicans position as a play-in team. The next guy, Brian Martin, has the Pelicans position at 7 as a play-in team. OKC, Denver, and Dallas on top. The next guy, Sean Powell, OKC, Minnesota, Dallas on top. Pelicans number 8, that's playing. John Schumann, OKC, Minnesota, Dallas, Denver on top, with Pelicans as a playing team at number 8. So these are some of what the writers and some of what the NBA writers are saying. Lex, let me bring you in because I know this is one that you was talking about and mentioning. And what's your take on the Pelicans and their positioning, you think, at the start of the season in terms of talent and competing in the West?
I want to ask a question real quick before I go into it. What does it mean when we say the Pelicans are talented? Are we saying that they're more talented than other teams in the West? What do we mean when we say that? We have more depth, better bench players than other teams in the West. I just want to. I'm just
you referring to me saying talented?
Yeah, just what does it mean when you say? Because are we saying like, okay, more talented than other teams because other teams do have talent?
No. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. I mean that,
okay.
And I'll say this in just this one statement because this is what I think.
Okay.
Sums it up. We have a team that in which after we play our 5 best players or what we consider to be our 5 best players together, and we go to our bench unit, we have 2 to 3 starters on our bench. So you can consider it depth. But on top of that, we're that type of team and we have a superstar player. You don't really see a lot of other teams in the NBA with that. So that's what I say when I mean talented. Not only do we have a superstar player, which some teams don't have, we have a collection of maybe 7 starters that would be starters on other teams in the NBA. Shit, we got a dude that came off our bench, went to Dallas and got paid who might be starting. Najee's probably gonna get starting minutes. So
Clay's hurt, so
that's what I mean when I say that. Like you ain't got a lot of teams in the league.
I want to say
that on the East or West.
I want to say, didn't Klay Thompson have an injury for Dallas?
Did he? He looked bad too, man. They was waving Klay off and shit, man. Like Klay looked bad out there preseason.
He played well today.
He did. Well, that's good. Glad to see that.
Either today or yesterday. I gotta look at the schedule because there's games going on right now. But no, I mean that's cool, but I think there's other things that you have to contribute to that. As far as you said best players, but I think it's more so doing what's the best fit compared to having the best players out there on the floor as far as like the starting unit. But there's other things that you can't measure, and I think energy, just like having that chip on your shoulder, like having just like playing with violence, that's something. And then there's strategy. I feel like those things really contribute to that, just your whole game plan. And that's something I feel like we don't really talk about or include. Like we talk about the talent. We know that these guys are talented, but it's all about positioning these guys to succeed. Placing them into position to, right now, depending on the outcome, like who's starting, because we know Herb, he may start at the 5. Tice, he may start at the 5. People throwing Zion out there. Those things right there, it's like, if we're placing, either Zion or Herb, like we talked about, just depending on, the matchups, is that helping them succeed and in turn helping the team succeed? because I just kind of feel like, the identity crisis can be a problem. Yes, we have the talent, but really putting that talent together and getting the most out of that talent, I think that's the biggest thing. That has to be the biggest thing. Talent, all these teams have talent. All of them do. But it's about how you're placing the talent, how you're playing that talent together. No, what's the game plan? That has to be included, because you got to think. Nothing against. I'm not trying to go on a Willie rant or anything, but Willie, he's not the best coach. So you're talking about other teams that do have a solid point guard. They have a solid big man. They have solid wings. And you have a coach who knows how to place them at all times, including making adjustments to help them succeed. Like, it's not just talent. It's not just talent. Anybody can have talent, but it's like I've seen coaches where the talent and the IQ is not great, but they really show their coaching abilities by placing those guys. Look, I need you here. I need you there. We're going to draw this up. We want to bring you out. We're going to do a pick and pop, whatever it is. They take the talent that they have and they make those guys look like, man, that team is really something. And that's without top talent or having a high IQ, but placing guys in the right position. But I just think that has a whole lot to do with it, because let's not fool ourselves. These other teams out here do have talent. They can get up and down the court too. I just being like all the way 100 across the board. We have talent, but other teams have talent too. So and versatility. Are the Pelicans the only team that are trying to do positionless basketball?
No. Now they got other people doing it. They got people, the switch all stuff that Willie's talking about. Yeah, they got a couple of teams that can do it better than the Pelicans. We know who the top one is that can, to do the switch all thing, that are very good at it. The thing is though, like our key piece to getting there, Lexxah, you speaking truth to power. A lot of people, they got talent. You're right. Most of these teams, the majority of all these teams have talent. But when you come down to New Orleans and you talk about Zion Williamson,
oh yeah, and I don't
that's what I'm saying. The thumbnail that I'm speaking for. That's why I got Zion on that. Not to disrespect the rest of the players, but if he's not there, then this doesn't work. The fact that this year, coming into this season, the mindset, the mind change of all of the last several years of seeing all of the stuff that happened every off season coming into the season. There was some stuff I remember the time when they hid the fact that he had a broken ankle that he hurt. And they dropped that on you at the open the season press conference. We dealt with it all. But there's no excuse this year. Zion Williamson, his mind is there. He went to China. He's talking right. He's more mature as a person. He had a child. He got the family responsibility. So this is a very mature version of Zion, mentally, spiritually, and as you could tell, physically. He looked really good when he played in the preseason. He did his thing, and that's the key chip to me. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. They have maybe 4 or 5 guys, maybe 5, maybe 6 guys in the NBA that you can kind of say are unstoppable when they get their mind right. We got one of them. So, yeah, that's what it got to come down to. But kind of you mentioned philosophy, and I know you kind of question Willie Green, and that's fine. But what do you think about the things that surround him? Now, DC kind of talked about Willie Green and his breakdown about the style and how they want the Pelicans, how he feels the Pelicans will play. But what about all the other stuff that we've seen in terms of what he said about James Borrego, how James Borrego's been on him, the stuff that's been happening at practice when you see a more and I ain't gonna say agitated, but for lack of better words, a more animated Borrego, the somewhat change of verbiage in terms of Willie saying how his team played soft, this type of stuff. and the fact that it's a progression into the fourth year, all of the pressures on him. You got a lead guard. How does it all shape up? We won 49 games last year with what we were doing last year. This year, healthy Zion, DeJounte Murray. Shouldn't that mean that we should blow past 50 wins? I know it's different from year to year,
Yeah.
but in my estimation, the Pelicans are a playoff team. And if healthy, they're a deep run playoff team, in my opinion. But go ahead, Lex. You what do you think about that?
I mean, it's something that we still got to see. And that's not a bad thing, because we know that things have been kind of consistent for 3 years. So as far as having like a drastic change and really taking that leap, because I'm looking at regular season has improved every single year with Willie Green. That's great. But how is that translated in the playoffs? It hasn't. This has been a borderline playing team. Where do you really make your name? You make it in the playoffs. Where do you cement your legacy?
Playoffs.
Where do you get your credentials? What gives you your validation? It's the playoffs. It's what you're doing there. And so it's been very poor. It's been the tale of two different seasons, because we all know that the playoffs is a different breed. And so you have to really elevate your coaching and your philosophies and adjustments and different things of that nature when you step into the playoffs, because only one team during a series is focused on you. One team. You're not going to play a different team on a different night, or, every other night or 2 nights later. It's going to be the same team. So it's really different when you separate the two. But obviously, the Pelicans got to take a leap in the playoffs. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? We understand.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind that this team can get to 50 wins in the regular season. If they get to 50 wins in regular season and it's a sweep in the first round, what does that mean? I mean,
That's a
did
failure.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Failure.
what are we looking for? The wins helps to solidify where you're ranked in the standings. But after that, it doesn't mean anything, because in regular season you're building habits. You're building good habits. Hopefully, that's the whole goal. You're conditioning and you're trying to master your game plan, master everybody's role, how this car is going to function at all levels. I mean, so once you establish that, because that's why when you look at the Celtics, what's one thing that you saw during regular season? They were consistent. They barely took nights off. They brought it every single night. They're in training. This is conditioning. I'm not talking about conditioning as being in shape. Conditioning in your mind. Look, we can't take off. We have to find a way to win those games. Every night's going to be different. You may feel, man, I don't even feel like, really going tonight. But you know what? We're going to bring it, because we want that winning mentality. We're conditioning our minds and we're conditioning our bodies to bring it every single night, consistently have that game plan together, and to prove something. And they played like that all season. And guess what? Those habits that they developed, that they trained themselves to do, those things carried over into the playoffs. That's what regular season does. You are in training. You're trying to build those winning habits. You're trying to find how we can close games. You're trying to find different ways to win, but you're also trying to establish that consistency. That's why when you hear Hall of Famers say, "Oh, this was if a team is a 60+ win team," what do they always say? they always have them, they're going to the finals. There's a reason for that. Not because they won 60 games, but it's the way that they played in those 60-win games.
You know, Lex, you. This is the thing too, and I can't disagree with what you're saying. You're absolutely spot on. They have a machine there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boston has a machine, and they have an identity.
They're a little different.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I'm just using them as an example, but that's what we're trying to get to.
Right? No, but that's what I'm.
You trying to get better then. But you gotta get to them before you can be better. Yeah.
But hold on, DC. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with Lex's point, but that's what I'm saying. They have an identity. They have an established identity of who they are and what they're about. The Pelicans have to establish that identity, and once they establish it, they have to be consistent and play through that identity. And that's something that we can't be wishy-washy about. We got to live up to it. Like last year, remember, some of the identity last year was tied to our defensive acumen, how we were dealing with teams on the road. The Pelicans were road warriors up to a point. Then when we got toward the back end of the season, that identity faded away and they became shiftless.
Home game.
Right. So, if we faded down the stretch, we lost to teams we shouldn't have lost to, like San Antonio and, that kind of stuff. We can't do that. We got to beat the teams we're supposed to be able to beat and handle business, man. That's how we get to that elite level. But yeah, go ahead, DC. And then we got Stacey. We're going to bring Stacey in to hear what's going on. And just to let the family members know, man, we got the lines open tonight, man. Shout out to the 180 plus listening. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the share button, man. We up in here talking Pels tonight, man. Get on up in here. Hit that link. It's in the chat, man. We want to hear from you. Your thoughts on the Pels. Let us know what time it is. We'll bring Stacey in. Stacey, I see you, fam. Y'all, you just sit there. DC, go ahead and get your thought in, my brother.
No, I mean, Lex, she brings up a lot of interesting points as well as yourself. I think everybody has a lot of truth to their I guess philosophy or point of view of it. But the way I see it is the Pelicans, they've been conning us for a while with this team. Like they weren't seriously trying to win. Conning. Yeah, conning.
He ain't lying.
The big con.
He ain't lying.
They weren't seriously trying to win, up until I would say the year after they got CJ, right? They started attempting to try to win, and then we had the whole injury issues, right? And they've been collecting all of this data. We're learning and collecting data. You know how many times we heard that shit. But right. They're slow to do everything, but they have been matriculating up into more wins. And, obviously they'll point to that in their favor. But I think at this point, we finally reached a point where if we had a center, which we don't technically have a high level starting caliber center, or let's say we don't know if one of these guys can be a starting high caliber center, because we ain't seen it. And it's going to take some time before you actually do see it, even if it did look good in the preseason. Because let's say they started Mises, he still would make a lot of mistakes, right? But
yeah, like you just did. It's Missy, bro.
Mises.
All right, Missy. Go ahead, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I can see. All right, use Missy.
Missy.
Like Missy, like Missy Elliott, Mr. Missy Elliott.
Goodness gracious.
There you go.
Oh man.
Missi, Missy. Yeah, there you go.
Missy.
Missy, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you got it.
Missy.
Wow. No, you went back.
Just forget it, Lex.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just forget it. Just leave
Anyway, like I was saying, the Pelicans have worked up to this point, man, where they have a collection of talent to where we have guys, as you can look right now, that's on our bench. You got a guy in Trey Murphy that could command $150 million on our bench. That a lot of people would love to have as a starting caliber 3. You got a guy in Jordan Hawkins. I'm pretty sure a lot of teams, you got at least about 10, 12 teams would probably take him as a starting 2 guard. You know what I'm saying? So you got Jose, who a lot of teams would love to have as a backup point guard. Obviously, I don't think he's a starting caliber point guard, but hey, might look a lot different this year. And I think naming some of those players, they fit with what's on our roster. The problem we have is only really two problems. We got to see who's commanding the center spot, and we have to find a way to make Brandon Ingram and Zion work. Obviously, the way make Brandon Ingram and Zion work, we got to trade BI. That's what we've decided on to keep this guy right here that you're looking at. So once we trade BI, which I'm anticipating the Pels doing, even if they have to do it for maybe less than what we would like, they can't hold on to him by the trade deadline, right? But until that point, we're going to see, I guess, some inconsistency, or you're going to see some growing pains. But the starting unit, like you said, Lex, you're absolutely right. But the reason I see the Pels winning 50 games and them being able to do it is because the second unit we're going to have on the majority of nights, minus maybe what? Who you got could hang with us second unit wise? I guess I'm going to just throw out maybe 5 teams, that can hang with our second unit. You got starting level caliber players going to play with your second unit. So even if our starting lineup doesn't have the continuity, can't get it together, I don't think we're going to mess up with the starting unit and the bench unit. And it's just going to be too much for most teams to withstand over the course of an 82-game season. But the Pels definitely will get it together as far as the way that they use the personnel, because we have to move off some guys. We can't keep CJ. We can't keep BI. Moving off of them guys frees up spots for other people, but it also opens up spots for us to fill in this roster better than it already is. And at least one of those moves we'll be able to make this year. And I think that will change the trajectory of maybe how we look at the team on the back end of the season. But starting off, man, we're a hodgepodge of talent, and we got to find a way to collectively make it all work, because everybody's going to have to sacrifice. It's just too many guys and not enough basketballs. So some guys that possibly could start going to be on the bench. What'd you say?
It's the when part, WHEN. Like, when is that going to happen? And, how much is that going to affect the team?
I mean, we got guys. We don't have a young team. They're professionals, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to affect them at all, as far as that happening. Honestly, the better Brandon Ingram plays, the quicker he can get up out of here or get to the situation he wants. I think he understands that. He knows that. CJ McCullough is obviously playing to get 33 in the third and 33 and $33 more.
You're definitely a numerologist.
God damn.
He definitely in the numerology, that's for certain.
You see that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So he's planning to be able to get more of that money because, after this year, he got that 1 year and he on the hook. So you got guys like that could be potentially moving, that they professionals, they plan for something. I don't think they mess up the chemistry of the team. So the only problem we have here is figuring out how we're going to fill in the starting center role. Pels figure that out, man. I think we'll be fine. It's just we can't beat the creme de la creme or top tier teams until we get that together.
Tasha says, DC, get it together, bro. I taught you better than that.
Tasha, they don't have no African names in the Reading Rainbow that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
None of them in there.
DC, don't make me do it.
No African names.
Gotta break out the Reading Rainbow on your ass.
They ain't got no African names in there. I had Rosetta Stone, the Reading Rainbow, and Hooked on Phonics. I couldn't find that man name in there.
Reading Rainbow worked, man. That's why they picked that shit off of television. It worked. I'm telling you, man. Okay, shout out to the fair, man. We got 190 in the building, man. Y'all do me a service. Hit the like
button. We needed applause on that one.
Okay, there we go. Lex. Shout out to Lex.
Take a bow. Everybody in the chat. Everybody watching the stream. Take a bow.
All right. So big ups to you guys, man. We got Stacy and we got Mike. We're gonna bring Stacy in first. If y'all want to get in tonight to be heard, man, y'all, the link is in the chat, man. It's pinned in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. So feel free to chime in. Stacy, welcome to the show. How you doing, fam?
Hey guys, can y'all hear me well?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
hear
How
me.
you doing, bro? How you
How you
doing?
doing?
Welcome on in, bro.
Y'all don't hear no echoes and nothing like that. Everything good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
good,
sound
bro?
you good, bro. You good.
Okay. So first thing first, I'm not negative. I'm not gonna be negative, but the truth is the truth. I don't give, like I've been saying, I don't give him the Black Friday. I don't think it's gonna work. I think and in fact, I think it's a setup against him. We kind of could see that, and it's a good thing we played against the Heat and that last preseason game before the Rockets, because that's the example of the best front office compared to one of the worst front office in our Pelicans. That we are bad compared to how they do things. They can sit in the middle of the draft and get superstars like Khalil Ware. They can get Duncan Robinson and things like that. They can fill their team up like that, and it all fits. It's like even with Spoelstra, even if there's a guy that's a shooter on their team, he gonna play defense. He fit the role of what Spoelstra gonna want to do. You know what I mean? You bring in like it's a perfect example, Duncan Robinson. He's just supposed to be a shooter. That's how he came out of college as a shooter. The man was playing defense. He was getting turnovers against us. We had 24 turnovers in that game, and I would say this too, and benefit to what the Pelicans were doing when they were losing the ball. Like Hawkins lost the ball, got stolen and one of those plays. In the NBA right now, hold on, real fast. Hold on. Yes, he's gone, Mama. All right, cool. All right. Anyway, I came down to visit my family for the weekend or whatever. I'm about to head back home, whatever, early this week. But long story short, like in the situation with when Hawkins got the ball stolen on him, the ball in right now in preseason has been bad. Everybody's turning the ball over. They can't really dribble right now, so they're gonna have to figure that out by switching the ball or whatever. But beyond that, 24 turnovers in that game. The Heat really ended the game, and we still had role players in the game in the third quarter. The Heat really ended that game on a 24-5 run against us. We looked horrible that night, and we're thinking that we're going to make it work against the Rockets, a division rival, and they beat us up inside all night long. This is a problem. This is a real problem. This is something that had to be fixed from day one. When we got DeJounte Murray, that should have been the first step to the next step because it wasn't that difficult. Only thing that the Pelicans really needed coming out of last season was a center, and they toyed with it. Misi is not ready yet. He'll probably be ready by middle of the season. He really needs to start off the G League. I like him. I see what he all about, but he don't know basketball yet. He knows how to block shots and have hustle right now. He really don't know the game yet. This is why he wasn't setting screens right. This is why he got out rebounded. This is why when you play against somebody in the Alfred Sengun was destroying him in the post. That's not Jokic. He's gonna be like a Jokic, but that's not Jokic. But when we start to play against Jokic, it will get ugly. We just think about all the bigs that he will have to face, and not saying anything negative about Misi. He's just a rookie. That's gonna happen, but don't put him in that situation. Don't put Daniel Tice in that situation. This problem should have been solved. They have the capital to move off and get an acquisition of that big man when they had a chance. Even down to the whole Cat getting moved, even though I wouldn't want Cat, but him getting moved, we could have got in on that. It's very bad. The situation's very bad about not having a big. We're gonna get killed in the middle. That's how teams gonna beat us. We're so Zion centric that Zion can start off going and look like an MVP, but won't get it done altogether because we're gonna wear him out. It's like a Bo Jackson situation. We don't even know how long we have with Zion. He's special, but it's not meant to last forever. But at the same time, like, it's just time to move on from Willie Green. And it's time to move on from our front office. We look bad. We're not there yet. We're not. I know basketball. I won 3 out of 4 state championships my 4 years in high school. I know basketball down to the T. I'm able to see things. It slows down to me when I'm watching it. I'm able to see things. And I'm telling you, we're going to get killed on the boards. That's the main thing to do in basketball. Win your rebounds and score points. Those are the top 2 things. Defense and all that to come. And it seemed like teams figured out our defense. What we like to do on defense is use our length, run people to the baseline and block the shot, or giving them a tough shot. It seemed like teams started to figure that out. They get in the half court and they just pass the ball around on us and just stay at the perimeter on us. And if you got our guys in the wrong positions, like having Herb out there looking crazy, he can't do everything. And CJ's not going to play defense. Brandon wasn't playing defense at all on Thursday night. And y'all already know I'm a Brandon Ingram fan. He wasn't playing. He's playing like he wants to get traded. That's how he's playing right now. So I don't mean to come with the negative. If y'all got any rebuttal to that, and I'll just keep it real with y'all. Like, I had notes about this on the other night. We talked Monday and Tuesday or whatever. But, if y'all got a rebuttal to anything I said, just let me know.
I don't have no problem with what you said.
DC, you want to chime in on that, bro?
I mean, I don't have no problem with what the brother said either. I mean,
DC, I would say this. I don't mean to cut you off, but we're not as deep as you think we are. We're not. We're about 9 deep. Javonte Green is the end of our bench compared to what the other teams are doing. The other teams are really deep. Other teams, G League are going to be deep. That's going to be teams that's cutting good players. And that G League is going to be stacked. We're not that deep. We got some players that's ready to be traded. We shouldn't even have these first-round draft picks that we have. We should have unloaded those already. We need to buy in right now. We don't got that long with Zion. Like I said, he feel like I feel like he like a Bo Jackson situation. I ain't trying to say nothing negative about him, but we all see it. He's not reliable like that. The body break down when you're that physical. So we should have already unloaded those first-round draft picks.
I agree with you on unloading the first-round draft picks. We need to go right now. But no, I still see him as deep, man, because Javonte Green is the end of the bench, as well as Antonio Reeves and Jamal Cain and J.R.
They're not good, bro.
Wait, hold on.
They're not good, bro. They're not like that.
Javonte Green, if Trey Murphy's healthy, does he play?
Yeah.
Look at the guys. Look at the guys in front of him, man. If Trey's healthy, wait, hold up. Okay. If Trey's healthy, Jordan Hawkins healthy, Herb Jones, Yves Mises, Daniel Tice, Zion Williamson, CJ McCullough, Brandon Ingram, and DeJounte Murray are all there. Is Javonte Green jumping in front of any one of them?
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna tell you who broke that streak when they went 24-5 with 25 and
I like Javonte Green. You ain't got to convince me on him. He good.
Yeah, he good. He the one who got the ball and just took it to the cup.
But I'm just saying, who is he jumping in front of out of who I named in a rotation? That's 10 guys I named.
You know who Javonte is? He's Najee Marshall. He's our replacement for Najee Marshall. He's going to give us the energy that Najee gave us. So, yeah, he's in the rotation almost every night. He's probably putting in 18 to 20-something minutes.
You still got to answer my question, my brother. Who is sitting down out of them 10 people I named and not getting minutes so Javonte can be that night? Because I'm trying to figure out if we're going to go 9. Who's sitting down out of the 10 I just named?
I like Hawkins, and he's gotten way better. But Hawkins ain't there yet. You thinking that he's a guard that can start on other teams? No, he can't. He's not there yet, bro. Hawkins is a turnover prone. And another thing with Hawkins is he's better off as a swing man. As a swing 2 guard with traditional guys like Rip Hamilton and stuff like that.
Right.
Ray Allen.
I agree with that.
He need to catch that off. But when you playing 5 out and you letting Zion just run with it and everything, and they trap on Zion, he got to knock down on shots, and he's not proven it done that yet, he created some shots by getting to the mid range the last couple of games, but he's really not a shot creator because he can't really dribble well, and his defense has gotten better, but bro, he's at the end of benches on other teams, even in our division. You tell me a team that will start him in our division. Nobody. They got what they need. You know what I mean? They deep at what they need all together. Like the wings are deep. What needed to happen was I would have settled for this. Like I said it before. I said it before about now I'm about to cook. The Chris Middleton trade for Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis trade for Brandon Ingram. It's a win-win, both teams. In fact, the Pelicans actually win out of that because what happens is Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis are both on their last year of their contract. And when they games start, well, not their game, but Middleton, as he ages, he's going to become a mentor to the wings that we do have, Trey Murphy and Herb. He becomes a mentor. Plus, remember, these last couple of years, Giannis has been getting knocked out in the playoffs off of injuries and stuff. Them guys been winning games, just them two. They really been winning games. They really been giving people problems, just them two, because they got work ethic. They great on defense and they know how to play with a player like with Zion because of Giannis. Giannis and Zion very similar. Get the ball off the rebound and just take it down. And they know where to go. That'll be a win-win because the contract fits, the money fits, and you're getting something great out of Hustler. I think Portis is from Arkansas itself, is so close to home to him, and they become mentors and vets. That's a money ball way to go about it. But my big trade would be Wendell Carter. He actually had a really good game tonight.
Yeah, that's the center I want, man.
He had a really good game. They so deep on their team that Wendell Carter could be hanging. He's been hanging since January last year, and I'm surprised the Pelicans ain't never pulled that trigger. I know what we're gonna try to get what CJ McCollum for, but that window has closed. Like they got Kentavious Caldwell Pope. See, the Pelicans do some stupid stuff. Why would you go this long without getting the player you need?
Greedy.
Yeah. This is the worst front office I ever seen.
Not being
basketball.
Not
missing out. But let me respond to the book.
Y'all know what that remind me of? What everybody talking about. I'm a Ravens fan, by the way.
I am too.
Everybody talking about us getting King Henry, who's going to look like the MVP himself when Dallas had the chance to get him. That's what it looks like with us. I mean, at the Pelicans. That Dallas had a chance to get King Henry, and they didn't pull the trigger. And the Pelicans had chances to get a lot of bigs, and they did not pull the trigger.
Crazy. Now, I agree with everything you said except for the Jordan Hawkins thing, man. There's other guys. Obviously he's not better than yet, but I'm looking at this dude at 23, man, and the way he can shoot is special. I do compare him to like a Rip or a Ray Allen, so he's not like really gonna create a shot for himself in that way. But I did see his handle get a lot better just from the summer league to the preseason. I've seen it improve dramatically. They're talking about how he's in the gym all day. I'm seeing what he did in the preseason, man. Everybody else is looking dead out there. Man, this dude was like our best offensive player outside of Zion and Brandon Ingram. You can't watch what you saw in the preseason and sit him down. You can't.
He was our best offensive player. That's how bad we are. I'm just being real. Because
the games when Zion played
bro, listen, bro. If he was so there yet, they wouldn't have went on a 25-5 run because we would have known to get him the ball to stop this crap.
They had took him out, bro. Hawk came in, and when Hawk was out there, they cut the lead down. They got the lead to within 3 points.
No, bro, the 25.
It was 94. It was 94, 97. Oh, you talking about? The starters was out there. The starters was out there.
The Heat game. No, it wasn't.
What are
They
you talking about?
swept
The
them.
Heat?
The
Okay, I
Heat
thought you
game,
were talking
right?
about the Bulls game. My bad.
They went on that 25-5 run on us on the Heat game early this week. That
Mm-hmm.
game, right? Jordan Hawkins was out there. Guess who wasn't out there? All the Heat role players. They had their summer league team in. I know that because I watched the summer league. I know exactly who they have. I watched them against the Hornets early this last week too. When the Hornets took it to them, because the Hornets is way better than what people give them credit for right now. They really about to hurt some people. They there. Like Charles Lee got them boys hooping, playing great defense right now.
That's your guy.
Two-way team. Man, Charles Lee's so good, bro. Like, if y'all ever see it, Charles Lee's out there practicing.
Yeah, they've been
Charles Lee,
playing with edge.
he's 39 years old. He's out there practicing with his team. I'm talking about really in scrimmage with him.
Yeah. Well, they had a swing at him, man. It was a couple of them, man. It was a couple of them we had an opportunity to land.
And we got this coach that's blaming the players. Bro, your system about to get broke down. They figured you out.
Yeah, coaches have figured him out. They really have.
No,
and if I see, we might lose every rebound battle until he get fired.
God,
until they make
every rebound.
Hold on, just a second, Stacey. We got another caller.
Y'all
Mike,
go ahead, y'all go ahead, get in, Mike.
No, you can stay right where you are, brother. I'm gonna just I'm gonna add somebody else to it. Mike, are you there? Unmute yourself, Mike. Mike Bolden.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, welcome. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the show.
What's going on, people?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up,
Chilling,
Mike?
brother.
What's going on, man? Y'all know I'm here for the with all the nighttime tea. So I'm listening to my boy, Big Stacy. He talks.
Stacy cooking.
Yeah, Stacy on his nighttime tea. So I'm gonna jump in here with this. I just want to start off and say, this starting five, man. I'm kind of with Stacey a little bit as far as them figuring Willie out. And it's part of it's not figuring Willie out, and part of it is the players not wanting to buy into Willie anymore. So it's more so the players not kind of buying into his system anymore, because most of the time, if players get tired of a system that's not working for them, then they won't be engaged to do the things that system does to make that system go. So
hallelujah.
That's what I feel is going on. I don't think it's actually Willie. I think it just they're not buying into the system, and it doesn't feel good to them. It doesn't feel fresh. It doesn't feel new. It's just like he was talking about the NFL. The NFL is a passing league. When you get a coach that likes to rush the whole game, they have receivers that get divas. So they got receivers that get frustrated. They want to get moved around. They want to get traded. Same thing with the NBA. It's a fast-paced game, 3-pointers. And the thing that get me with the NBA now, too, is nobody has a midi, man. If that three ain't there, pull up for that midi. Nobody like to shoot middies no more. You know how many – I mean, if it's not there, get what you can get. That's basketball. I'm old school. I just play basketball. It's basketball. It's a game. We're trying to win. The Boston, I heard my girl talking about Boston's mentality. When you take something away from Boston, they take what you give them, but they overextend what you give them because they keep pounding until you go back to doing what you were doing at first. Then they go back to shooting their threes, but they take what you give them and they punish you on what you give them. So you have to revert back to what you were doing. That's why Boston's so successful. The Pelicans starting five, I feel like Brandon Ingram ran out his time. With Zion, I don't think it fit. I just don't think it fit. I like BI, but I don't think them two fit. They too close on the court when they trying to do their own thing, when it's an ISO for him. And I think the spacing is too close. It's almost like they're doing the same thing without Zion, without a mid-range jumper, but it's too close to me. I think CJ too. I think CJ should come off the bench. I think Herb and Trey should be in the starting lineup. That's just what I feel. That's just me.
Worst front office in basketball. That's simply what it is. You don't put these teams together like this.
And I think
You get when you got a Zion, you need to get wings that can score to shoot from the threes from the first place. So if you had enough capital to get Brandon Ingram, what you should have did is made it a 3-team or whatever trade or whatever to get somebody who you know who shoots threes, who hangs out there. Brandon Ingram, this is his game, to be in the mid range all night long. So like Brandon Ingram really fits Cleveland really well. But like somebody like Devin Booker fits Zion. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because Devin Booker used to stay in the corner. But now he's changed his game to a mid-range guy, you know, but that's what he do though, to be really staying in the corner. Klay Thompson fits us well. That's perfect fit.
But you're right about that. But what I'm really getting at is Willie has started coaching with feelings. You can't, when you're a coach, you can't have feelings. You can't.
You saw the press conference when DeJounte came on the team? When we got DeJounte? That looked like this is my team.
Let me tell y'all something before you keep going. Let me tell you something. DeJounte is a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. So I'm gonna tell y'all how this go. Before we even get we leaders, and we gonna say what we say, and we gonna stick to what we do, and we gonna tell you what we feel. That's just what a Virgo do. So his mindset is leadership. So that's why he was there correcting Willie, because I probably would have said the same thing. But that's what we don't know how to follow. Murray don't know how to follow. Ingram, I think Ingram a Virgo too. I think their birthday close. Me and him actually got the same birthday, me and Brandon Ingram. But they mentality, they leaders, they want to be the head honcho. So I think Ingram and Zion got that problem as well. B.I. want to be the guy, and Zion feel like I am the guy. So the Pelicans,
he is the guy.
But the Pelicans
he's the guy.
But the Pelicans chose the guy. They chose Zion. They paid him like they paid him. So they chose who they wanted. So I'm with you on they should have just traded B.I. and just let these. You can't put a first-team defender on the bench and come off as a six-man. You have to have Herb in there. That's a first team. Then they got a 97 out the top 100, which tripped me out.
Yeah, that was a disrespect.
CJ don't have no major accolades.
First team defender number 97, dog. I say, huh? That was crazy to me. That was just banana. I say, oh, y'all really don't mess with the Pelicans like that. Cool. So, but I think those two should start, Trey Murphy and Herb, and I think CJ can come off the bench and they should trade B.I. or vice versa. But I think that lineup should be like that. And I do like what DC said about big boy from Orlando. I wanted that too. Wendell Carter, man, he fit perfectly. If they had
bro.
with Herb and Murphy, with
that'd be awesome.
Oh my boy, we got one of the top. We probably got the best five in the West almost. We compete to have the best. That's why Trey Murphy spreading the floor with his shooting, and Herb with the first team defender out there with Murray. Them two pests on the wing home. That's been crazy with the floor spacing, with the shot blocking that Wendell Carter can do, and then Zion going to. That would have been crazy, man. That would have been crazy.
Crazy. Like, the thing is, what happens is the league don't respect David Griffin. They don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So what will happen is, what will happen is we'll have to lose a trade. We'll have to have a trade that looks heavily on the other side, as long as we get something. That's simply what that is. As long as we get one thing what we want, we probably have to give up three things of what they want. That's what will happen.
You talking about for the Orlando trade?
For anybody. If it was going to send to the Kings, if it was going to send to Cleveland, if it was going to send to anybody, they don't respect David Griffin, bro. Like he's not respectful. He don't know what he's doing. And then that's why I keep on saying, like, don't ever trade with Danny Ainge, because Danny Ainge will fleece the fleece off of us.
Yeah.
And he ain't trading if he can't fleece you. He just ain't gonna do the trade.
Real talk. And then same thing with Toronto. Like, I make the joke about never trade with a Nigerian, but honestly, that dude's like the third best GM in the league. He really is. We talking about a man who
Hold on,
got
Stacey.
three
You
squads.
say never trade with a Nigerian, bro.
Yeah, I know. I deal with Nigerians every day, so I already know, bro. Like they got
Okay.
that sneaky work with it, boy. They gonna get that, boy.
So,
Hey,
but
boy,
DC, I would say what you what you said earlier about our bench being strong. I think we got a pretty good bench. I don't think we super strong, Stacey. I don't think we worse than the West. I don't think we in the middle of the pack. I think we up there, but I think we kind of maybe fourth or fifth with our with our second team, our bench.
name a team in our division that we stronger than.
But I was our bench. This what I'm gonna do. But this what I'm about to say. If the only way we can be in that top tier with a elite bench, if we move CJ to the bench, because CJ can give us 20 to 23 points a game.
That's what's happening. Like if have to,
if you move CJ to the
CJ can't start, man.
CJ a scorer, CJ an instant scorer. You can't stop him. If he get going, he going. And that's off the bench. You have that firepower off the bench. That's different in the league. That's totally because every team in the league got a person that comes off the bench and gives them 18 to 20 points a game out. Every team. They got somebody that come in and give them 18 to 20 points every game. Every team has it.
I get that. We talking hypotheticals, bro. Because we just watched all these preseason games. Did CJ come off the bench?
No, that's what I understand that.
We never played all our starters. Why would he come off the bench?
The Pelicans have stuck to what they've been saying.
I know
during the summer league when they said it's going to be a rotation at center, he meant it. He meant it. And guess what? There's a rotation at center. They have stuck to everything they said, everything that we know from PPR, from right here, everything that we have brainstormed and said since DeJounte Murray been traded to us. Everything we've been saying has been at exact opposite of how these folks thinking, and we've been the one in the right. It's almost like they tanking with a playoff team. They tanking with a team that could win the division. When we sit here and say, Trey Murphy should start, we need to go ahead and let BI go. That's not what they didn't do that, did they? They got so many calls and they didn't let it go. We sit here and say that there's so many things we have said, but they don't listen. They doing what they want to do, and it looked like they tanking. CJ McCollum shouldn't be on our team. Guess what? He's still starting.
Yeah,
plays are still running through him, not DeJounte Murray, who we just gave up the house for. I'm just keeping it real. I'll touch on that.
Let me ask you this, bro. So you think they're gonna bench Daniel Tice to start CJ? That's what we're gonna see on Wednesday.
I wouldn't bench Tice. Tice a veteran.
I wouldn't do it either.
Because to start CJ, Herb is not going to be on the bench. We all know that. Especially with the defensive liabilities we're going to have playing small ball. And we need more length to be able to rebound. There's no way Herb is on the bench. So it's either Tice or CJ.
Yes. This is just a horrible.
I mean, let me introduce this thought. Could it possibly be whatever they're trying to, what Willie Green and his mindset is, and really, to me, CJ, the reason why CJ McCollum, and I don't agree with about it, but we trying to figure out why. It's obvious, the money, $33 million there, right? That's what it comes down to, and don't forget he's
coming off the bench.
But both BI and CJ are not in the long-term plans of the Pelicans. We know that they have guys that's younger guys that's behind them. Whether it's Jordan Hawkins or whether it's Trey Murphy, their replacements are already here. So it's a matter of time. CJ McCollum still is owed $66 million on the deal. You got this year and next year, and Brandon Ingram's 36. It's obviously they're going to try to focus on prioritizing moving Brandon Ingram between now and the trade deadline. So I mean, that's why I'm saying I see CJ McCollum in that situation. Of course, Herb's supposed to start there. Y'all guys are 100% right on that.
Oh yeah,
And then Trey Murphy is that injury he had. Trey Murphy is available or supposed to be available game day. His timeline is over. He's already doing work with the Pels. I mean, I don't know if he's full go in practice. Let me see that.
Yeah,
But Trey Murphy's injury was only like 2 or 3 weeks. He ain't had no real significant injury like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for precautionary reasons, they're probably going to sit him out. Probably like at least the first week.
Maybe Lex, or that's just the Zion treatment. That's on the Zion.
Or maybe he come off. They just let him come off the bench and get some minutes.
I'm good with CJ starting because what I would want is to hype CJ up, inflate his stats, to get rid of him.
Right.
I mean, that's the same.
We're gonna get rid of CJ and Brandon. We're gonna get rid of both of them in the same season.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get rid of
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I just don't have that much faith in David Griffin.
It's not gonna happen.
They're not a part of the foreseeable future.
Hold on just a second. Lex, what you saying?
No, all I was saying was that they're not a part of the foreseeable future.
Right.
That's why they need to get rid of them before the season started. You need to start investing players because obviously Trey's looking to get extended, and that's coming up on the 21st, right? Like everything's running in together. And it's like you still haven't made a decision with Brandon or CJ. And with CJ, I mean, nobody wants 33 mil coming off the bench. I know I wouldn't. That's why it's best to let him go. But
to let him go.
Well, we can't let him go. Hold on.
What you mean?
Probably going to be waived.
You're going to lose the trade. You're going to lose it. Regardless, you're really winning by getting the $33 million off you. You're going to lose that trade, player wise. But you're winning by getting rid of the cap hit.
I would say all money spent ain't good money spent all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So you take a L to increase your W's. You take that L to increase your W's. You might not get the player back you want, but you'll be in position to get somebody else later to be extremely valuable to your team. And in the meantime, you just have your players that are see fit to do what they need to do in that moment. That's what you do. But all money spent ain't good money spent all the time, like I said. So I don't know. Maybe I'm with y'all. You trade them and trade both of them, and whatever the case may be, you get back what you get back. But then you got people in place that you have with these young players, like we talking about, that can fill some of that void until you get the person you want in there to replace that person that was that costly person with that money. That you can get back in and get you another all-star, get you another. But if in the meantime you go with these young players and Zion and just see what happens and let things just play out itself. So that's what I would do. I mean,
I got to see that McCollum trade. So like,
hold on, Stace. Let me ask this, Stace. Hold on, keep that thought because I want to hear that. Let me ask y'all. Let me introduce this. Y'all want the panel to answer this question. Tell me what y'all think about this because I agree. CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram are not a part of the future timeline. They're already Jordan Hawkins and guys like Trey Murphy here. But, once you pull that trade off, that's CJ McCollum is averaging 20 points a game. BI is 20. That's 40-something odd points that you will be facilitating and trade out with two future stars. So obviously you would send McCollum and Brandon Ingram out in separate trades. And then elevate Jordan Hawkins and Trey Murphy into their spots, correct? So how would that look? And you just kind of walk us through how would that look? Because if we see these guys as future pieces and they are Jordan Hawkins and Trey Murphy elevated into starting positions, then we will have to end up filling the holes that they vacate. So how would that look?
They putting Herb. You're gonna put Herb in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it also depends on who you get back from the Brandon trade.
Well, they're looking at a center for in terms of Wendell Carter Jr. or somebody like that. So Brandon Ingram would fetch you a starting center. Wouldn't that be the mindset of Brandon Ingram? They're looking at getting a starting level center. They see that as the final piece to the Pelicans getting to the next level. That's what I'm getting from them. So y'all add your thoughts.
I mean, you just Q. You just said something about spending money on. Lex did about Murray getting being a high paid player too. You're almost making $30 million a year, almost. So, I mean, that's some of the responsibility bumped on him as well. I mean, Trey Murphy trying to get a new contract as well. So that means your production has to bump up if you're getting more money. So if he's giving us 17 to 19 points a game, he should with his contract and his money. You got to match your money with your play. It should be like that. And I think he has the talent to do it. He's just not out there long enough. And then Herb Jones going to be Herb Jones, give you 15 and whatever he give you defensively and whatever else he's going to give you extra with rebounding and everything else. So I think they could do it. I think it could happen. It's easy. Then you go get a center like Lexxah. Go get a center you get. That center gonna fill a void with some of the other stuff that these centers we don't have. It's like a window card or something like that. We can pull off a deal like that. And then you bring those two in. Yeah, we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine with that loss of them production that CJ and Brandon Ingram, because we have a point guard now that can distribute and get those guys the ball where they need the ball at now, because we actually have a point guard and not a two guard playing the one. That was tough. CJ has a two to me. CJ has a flat out score. He's not a point guard. He's not a point guard.
So Brandon Ingram fetches you a starting center. CJ fetches you who? Go ahead, Stace. You wanted to throw a trade scenario?
So this is what happened with the CJ McCollum. We would have to wait till the middle of the season because 33 million becomes 16.5 million. Okay, 33 divided by 2 is 16.5, 16.5. So we would have to wait till the middle of the season. Somebody will take them in for that. And what we could do is, mind you, the salary has always been paid every single week. Whether you break 33 million down into weekly or whatever, it becomes a certain amount.
Yeah,
by that time, be 16. Yeah, prorated. So by that time, you'll be able to get them to a team that probably has an injured shooting guard or you have a team that's not shooting well at the three, whether it's the Pistons or a team that's a playoff team, and you try to sell them on that. You probably give up a draft pick with it, a second round, first round, or whatever. One of them back end draft picks, like from year 2031 or whatever, something like that, just to get them off. By that time, the team should have already developed Hawkins. Hawkins can come in and take that bench role for them, and the guys start to fill in. Like my favorite player. Green, the two guard for no, not Green. The Herb goes ahead and go become the two guard.
Right.
Murphy becomes the three, and you have Zion at the 4, and then we hopefully have already had our 5 from the BI trade. And I'm sitting here telling y'all when it comes down to the BI trade, it's gonna be Charlotte. I know y'all not wanting Nick Richards, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be Charlotte because they are loaded for the trade. They got the draft picks. They've been a part of every trade this offseason. They've been getting a second rounder for everybody or something out of every trade. And they got everything you want. Like they got Caleb Martin. They got what's the guy from that used to play for the Celtics? Now he played for the Mavs, and now he at the Charlotte Hornets. You're gonna get a lot of pieces just off of BI. And BI's like
EJ.
No, I think you're talking about Hardaway.
Grant Williams. No, Grant Williams.
Okay.
They got guards for you too. They got backup guards for you too. Like if you pull up the Charlotte roster while we in here, you'll see all the pieces they got. They got some pieces for you. Like they've been drafting well for some years and putting the team together for a big trade. And reason why Charlotte would do it and still keep Bridges is because Charles Lee's coming from the Rock. He's coming from the Bucks, and he's coming from the Celtics as well. Well, who was there for the Celtics? The Celtics 4 was Tatum. Their other wing was sorry, I got stuck right there. Who help me out with that? He was MVP of the playoffs.
Oh, Jaylen
Brown. They both are small forwards, but what you end up getting is Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Brandon Ingram, and it seems like they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him the $50 million. They also gonna he's at home. It fits what they do. The ball's not gonna stick with LaMelo no more. He's gonna have to become a playmaker. There's just so much of that happens with Charlotte in that situation. But another trade would be y'all can get
and then who?
The Pelicans get a lot back. So if you look at this roster, pick somebody out. Because I'm gonna tell you who they're gonna keep. They're gonna keep T.J. Salon. They're gonna keep Miles Bridges. They're gonna keep the center right here, Mark Williams, who's gonna be one of the best centers. He's really good.
Yes,
and
that's the Duke guy.
They're gonna get LaMelo. They're gonna keep LaMelo Ball. And they're gonna get Trey Mann, and everything else is up for grabs. That's their core right there. Everything else they don't care.
How many picks we getting?
Oh, Steph Curry is not moving nowhere. That's right. They're gonna keep Steph Curry.
We ain't really getting shit other than Nick Richards.
For 5, you gotta make it work.
You gotta make the money work. You gotta make the money work. Or they gonna take they'll be able to absorb everything?
They have a lot of cap space. They have a crazy lot of cap space. They don't even have a max player besides LaMelo. LaMelo's the only max player on their team. That's the only thing they got. Miles Bridges is not even making that much money.
I mean, they gotta give us one of the people they don't want to get rid of.
They got Bridges.
You can't get away with all of them. We have no interest in Grant Williams. We can't do anything with him.
No.
So but what happened? Well, in that
if you're not giving us the best, the center.
DC, you talking to me? You talking like that? All of us understand that. Everybody in this chat understands that. David Griffin's that stupid. We got things like David Griffin.
You know what? I'm sorry, Stacey. I'm sorry, man. I forgot the standpoint you're speaking from, man. Go continue. I'm sorry.
David Griffin is that stupid. He will fall for that crap. And guess what? People don't respect him. They don't. They don't respect him.
How many picks does the Octopus manage to get?
I mean, DeJounte Murray's not here because of it.
These guys, listen.
DC
they waiting here to get a superstar to finally come to Charlotte. To get a superstar type of a B level player, B plus level player to come to Charlotte finally. To go to Charlotte finally. They wouldn't care what draft pick they give you. They've been drafting for years. Y'all, they would say, Pelicans, you can have whatever pick. It's not like we're going to give Cooper flag because we're going to be in the playoffs because they're definitely going to be a winning team from the Southeastern Division because the Heat and Atlanta Hawks is the only team they can compete with. The Wizards nothing. The Wizards are far off. You know what I mean? Orlando's good. Orlando's good. I can't even do that. The Hawks are far off. It's going to be Orlando, Charlotte, and the Heat. Those are the 3 teams. That's another place that you can manage a trade from. If you can manage to see, if you manage to see the guy that he is slipping my mind. Y'all already know I'm talking about Jimmy Butler. Y'all managed to see Pat Riley letting Jimmy Butler go at his age. That's a Brandon Ingram, Jimmy Butler straight up trade. That's a very strong possible.
Stacey, I got a question for you and everybody. I know we talk about the picks and Charlotte with the picks. To me, since 2019, I don't think the draft has been nowhere near where it's been since then. So
okay, I can help you with this.
So are those draft picks as valuable? Because I don't see the talent, the college talent, like I did since 19. Since Zion came out, I haven't really seen it except for Wemby, that one player. That's really.
Let me help you out real fast. Let me help you out real this.
It seems.
Draft, this is going to be the strongest draft since Zion draft. I think Zion and LaMelo came out in the same year. Is that right?
No, they didn't come out.
No.
Okay, it was like a year behind each other, or something like
LaMelo
that.
came the same year as Anthony Edwards.
It was
Anthony. Those
it was Zion and it was Zion and Ja came out together.
Okay, so did they grew up together too?
Yeah, so RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so did. Okay, yeah. This is gonna be the strongest draft since then. And another thing, when we're looking at drafts, stop looking at college players, start looking overseas. Okay, they're for real.
More
These
skill.
guys coming from overseas are for real. They have nothing. They're not getting NIL money. They're not getting none of that. These guys been 12, 13 years old playing for these basketball teams, and they've been broke. They're on the wages like soccer players on wages and stuff like that. They come from a poor place. They ain't playing around. The NBA is all they got. And the law of attraction has been working out for them. That's why we see four French guys in the last NBA draft that are all good. Every last one of them are good. So, yeah, it's gonna be a very, very deep draft. They got Cooper Flag coming out in this draft. Mike Williams might come out too. Mikey he beat the case. So basically, he took a lesser charge, a misdemeanor, and he played for Central Florida. Also watched St. John's this year. St. John's is gonna be really good. The ACC is gonna be strong again. They have no coach that's ever won a championship, so they're everybody's pushing for it again. So look at Duke, look at North Carolina. That's gonna be some strong. This gonna be a strong draft, bro. They can get whatever they want.
Right.
So it's there.
I see, but me personally, I see more hunger in the players that's out of that top 15, top 20. I see more hunger with those players on that back end of the draft. They come in and make an impact instantly, more so than the top 10 or top 15 to me. That's what I've been seeing recently.
Well, what's been going on is you got DMs like David Griffin who don't know what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got guys like that.
I mean, not just right, but not just Griffin. I'm just saying what I've been seeing visually, what I've been watching. It just like
the Heat starting to send a Clown Ward should have never fell to the 15th pick. That guy right there, we're looking at we can just look at this team. Look at Didier, the shooting guard for the French shooting guard right here for the Knicks. He's a dog. He shouldn't have failed in 19 and 20. He shouldn't have failed back then. There's people breaking these drafts down that should be in front office. There's this one guy named Hoop Intellect or whatever he looked like. He in his early 20s. Man, he should be in the front office.
He be on it.
Ain't he good? Ain't he good, bro? Can break every single player down, has his whole list before the season even starts. Those are the guys that need to be in the front office. And if you look at Charlotte's GM, he young. He like the same age as me in DC. In his his mid-30s and stuff like that.
So I want to ask Big Q a question. Big Q, what you think about Nas Reed?
About Nas? Say it again, brother.
I
did not get him because they paid him, but there was a spot there where they could have went for him before they paid him because they paid him now. So they ain't gonna give him up. But I liked it, that Nas Reed thing. Nas Reed, if we could have went after him too, man, because that dude, he turned the corner, and he like almost a starting center now.
We were talking we were just talking about that prior to the show, man, about him and the Big Cat trade that happened, man. They felt comfortable moving Big Cat out of it. If you watch the playoffs, man, he had a big part in the playoffs, man, helping them win. So yeah, I think they realized the value of him. That's the LSU guy, man.
I think you on one of our draft shows, man, you were saying we should get Nas Reed before the draft show.
He was an LSU
when they drafted him because it was big on like LSU. Him and what it was, the Waters kid. He was talking about
Trey Waters. Trey
Waters.
Yeah, they were good, man.
I remember that, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. His game definitely developed, man. His 3-point shot, but he's always been good. But that 3-point shot really came along, man. He's a big part of what they do up there, man. So yeah, I can't dispute the logic, man. I'm not a David Griffin guy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. David Griffin created this whole matrix here. We talked about it, like Willie Green and all the stuff that happened with Willie. Willie is kind of, I'm gonna keep it real. Willie is a good guy, but Willie is a guy that's going to bend to the will of David Griffin. That's why he has the job. No guy that's an alpha dog is gonna coach for David Griffin. He's not. They're not gonna do it because David Griffin That's why I kind of created the thumbnail of him looking like Dr. Octopus. That's his nickname on the show because he's a micromanager. He wants to be in the spotlight. He's an attention whore. And a lot of his decisions ultimately hurt the team. And if you categorize and watch all the stuff that he did, Stacey, you're absolutely right. He doesn't know what he do. He learns by screwing it up. We had three coaches in 5 years now. So I mean, and he has a losing record let me see if I still have the statistic for him up here, because I usually keep it up here as a reminder. This is David Griffin's numbers as a GM since he's been here.
Big Q, you called the man Jerry Jones.
He is Jerry Jones.
Yeah, baby.
Well, he's not as rich as Jerry Jones, and he don't own the team.
I think he works.
I'm talking about
To be honest,
because he doesn't have any pressure on him.
Right. That's right.
So basically, he is in a position where he kind of owns the team.
But that's the problem. That's the problem with the organization. This same ownership owns the Saints, the Saints and the Pelicans, and it's the same problem. They over rely on the guy. David Griffin doesn't know his place.
No,
if he wants to be the GM, just fire Bryce. Fire Bryce or making him his assistant or whatever. But me personally, man, I thought it was people wanted a guy with a resume. They wanted that because we were suffering with Dale Demps all this. The Pelicans, in a large scheme of things, fam, they're looked upon among league circles as a joke.
Off of that too.
Yeah, joke. A lot of people don't respect the Pelicans. Look at your boy from the Warriors, Draymond, talk about them. Oh, the Pelicans.
Tony Allen.
Yeah, he was mad. But he said the reason why he was doing it because they didn't play him. Now he was toward the back end of his career, and he was kind of taking stabs at him, but he was telling the truth. Yeah. I was saying the same thing. We was covering the Pelicans then about Elvin Gentry. Elvin Gentry shouldn't be nobody's head coach, especially at that age. Stan Van Gundy shouldn't have been the coach. He ain't coached in years. He was a GM, and that man ain't coaching years. He was on television talking about the game. You go grab this guy,
Big
and the game past him. So it's a part of it, bro. We really got those issues right now. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I have something to say about all of that. Like, and I think I said it before in the chat, but this is going to be real detailed how I say it now. Like, let's look at it. Like, AD gone, and he won a championship.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday gone. He won 2 championships and Olympic. Like, he really gonna probably go down. He's really putting himself in the bid to be a Hall of Famer now. He didn't have that bid, but now he has a bid of being a Hall of Famer just because off his defense and stuff like that.
And the top 5 defender.
Real talk. Real talk. Like, and then Chris Paul. If Chris Paul would have got traded to the Lakers, they would have won the championship.
They won more than one, probably.
Yeah, but that's what David Stern, he stepped in.
Yeah, the NBA killed that deal, man. They said that the players was too old. I get what you're saying. I got you.
So they run DeMarcus Cousins out of here when he comes in. I came with DeMarcus Cousins, by the way. DeMarcus Cousins is my favorite player. And when he left the Kings, I left the Kings. So I'll be honest with y'all that I jumped on the bandwagon. That's when I started my journey with the Pelicans, okay? And I'll be honest about that. You know, I ain't going to just make it look like I've been a Pelicans, New Orleans fan my whole life. No, that's not the case. But yeah, it's that situation. Like, Dale Demps ran that man out. Do y'all remember how good we felt when DeMarcus was running the point? You remember we running the horns with them guys?
Yeah, and Davis was so happy too, man. AD was happy, man. He was happy.
The team actually looked good. You had Rajon
Rondo,
had Drew. I mean, it's nice. It was a nice squad.
Nice squad.
Man, AD and DeMarcus Cousins was putting up Wilt Chamberlain's and Elgin Baylor numbers. That was the numbers they was comparing them to. Dog.
Like a replication. It
was crazy.
Powers.
It was crazy.
So DeMarcus came out and told what happened. Yeah, he was rehabbing from an injury, and this man came to his house thinking that he was going to come and check on him, and wanted to come and talk numbers with him. And he's like, my agent handles that. And basically, before you knew it, he turned around and told him that he had a bad attitude. They didn't want him no more. just because he didn't accept the numbers. Like, no, talk to my agent and I'm rehabbing. You can't even talk to that man while he's rehabbing the injury. Not in the NFL. You can't talk to him about none of that when you're rehabbing the injury in the NFL. No extensions, no trades, none of that. But long story short, like that's why the NFL PA and the NBA PA are two different ball games. And when it comes to money with the NBA PA, they do their job. When it comes to protecting them guys, they don't. CJ McCollum is a horrible president. He's an awful president. I hate that he's on the Pelicans. Real talk. But long story short, I ain't gonna get off of. But look, the moment they got Rajon Rondo in the building, when DeMarcus Cousins AD brought him in, they should have been developing Rajon Rondo to become the next head coach.
Yeah.
He's the smartest man that's ever been in this building since Chris Paul.
Yeah, he's definitely a basketball genius. That ain't somebody. Who else? I'm not the Lakers.
Man,
we brought him on. Who brought him on as an assistant coach?
The Bucks did. The Bucks did because Doc Rivers is there.
That's crazy. We had two of the best point guards ever, and neither one of them stayed long enough.
Oh, that's what happened when you don't have no vision.
The thing is, everything's poorly ran, but everything's poorly ran. It has a ripple effect.
Everywhere those two dudes go, they change the culture of a team, and a team gets better by 10 or 15.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's why I said, look, Chris Paul being at the Spurs, oh my gosh.
But let me say this, fam. Let me throw this in here because we're accurate with the past. Ain't no doubt about it. Dale Demps was horrible, man. Yeah. He was hard, and no doubt about it, he was horrible. Even David Stern told us like this guy is he was the worst GM. This is David Stern, man. This freaking David Stern, NBA commissioner, who guided the NBA to that level. I mentioned that about what's his name, about Demps. But crazy enough, guess what Demps is with? Minnesota.
Yep.
That's what he's in. He's back in the executive level again. But see, this is the thing about checks and balances. The Pelicans are an antiquated ran organization. They don't have I like Swin up there because Swin's a champion. I like her resume. But in terms of David Griffin's championship came by way of LeBron James. LeBron James was telling him what to do. I want this guy. I want that guy. He benefited by that. Prior to that, he was drafting guys like Bennett and Deion Waiters, and then gets Kyrie, came work with the man. Them guys was almost about to fight each other in practice.
Draft picks.
So I mean, he didn't have a good resume there. Ultimately, he comes here with the mindset, and he involves himself in an advanced, really prehistoric style of word salad that's really annoying to me. But at the end of the day, what I can give him some, I ain't gonna say credit because I don't want to. And we Lexxah, I don't want her to kind of get on me about that credit thing because we know that Willie says it enough. So that Willie Green always giving out free credit and shit. He always giving out free shit. But all I'm saying is we give him.
We ain't dead.
Right. We give him some props on some stuff. Is that he's trying to, he writes it on the board, and then if it don't work, scratch it out. Go to the next thing, scratch it out. And that's where we are. So with all that being said, and that we're here now with Brandon Ingram on this team, at least for a half a year, and all that we see, what is the look now? Like I said, y'all seen the thumbnail. What do you guys think happened this year in terms of the Pelicans? And I know I'm asking a lot of you guys to get talking. We talking playoffs, and we ain't even played the goddamn first regular season game. But I'm telling you, look in the crystal ball. What do you guys?
All right, I want to go first. I want to, because I'm gonna be real brief. I'm just be real brief. By Thanksgiving, walk both of their ass out the door like they did Robert Saleh. That's how you handle this. Like Griffin and Green need to be gone. Borrego need to take over the team now. That's simply what that is. That's the only way. Like Borrego really won with Charlotte. The last time Charlotte made the playoffs, when Jordan was trying to sell the team, which he was trying to diminish the record of the team, Borrego was the coach. They fired him for winning. Charlotte fired Borrego for winning with nothing. So that's who need to be the coach. And they got, I'm talking about Black Friday, they need to be gone. So you guys, Green and Griffin need to be gone. I'll just be real with you. Because what happens when we don't make the playoffs? San Antonio takes our spot.
Well, it's another wasted season too.
Wasted season. Grizzlies, San Antonio.
And that's the thing that I don't want is that's why I was asking you, DC. It's the win part, WHEN. Like, when are they gonna make that move? Because if you make it late, it's gonna be too late. The season's lost.
I don't think there's listen. The only, and this is just me. Maybe I'm looking at the fact that I'm seeing Zion where he is. Maybe I'm a little optimistic here about the Zion thing.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Well, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, it's reason for this optimism.
Right philosophy.
It's reason for this. Like I said, I'm looking at factors involved as well because I got a good eye on a lot of stuff. This is what I see, and you guys feel free to kind of chime in on that, and answer the original question too. But the way I see it is, I see Zion Williamson serious about his body and about getting his team to the next level. The prior seasons, these people wasn't centralizing or making Zion the top option. They wouldn't even say that he's the center of the team. They was trying to appease egos with BI. They didn't want to sell BI by saying Zion's a man. But see, the thing is, it's a reason for that too, because Zion's Williamson's inability to be available forced BI into option one role, and they became reliant upon that. So at any given time, they felt like
office's fault too.
I get that, but what I'm saying, it's a reason why these things are happening. Like the reason why the reluctance to say, "Hey, man, Zion's the guy," in past years is because of his inability to stay healthy, which would automatically force BI into option one role and would be the leader. He lost a lot of games due to injury while he was out. A great deal of that time, BI was option number one, and it was his team. So when you ask him, when you get to this point now, he wants you to remember that. Like, hey man, listen, when that guy out, the guy you paid all that money when he was out, I wasn't here busting my ass carrying his team while he was out. So that's a part of his mindset, just throwing that out there. But outside of that, the ideology is with Zion Williamson is this year is a difference. He came into his mind spiritually, everything is different. It's like he got tired of all them people, the media throwing arrows at him, shooting at him, making fun of him. Zion, you put him in front, take him to a restaurant, he eats the table, all this kind of stuff, all of the injuries that he happened, all the unfortunate stuff. And then right when he feels like he did what he needed to do with Amy Atmore, the physical therapist, gets him to 70 games. He steps funny against the Lakers when he's dominating LeBron and Anthony Davis. In that Lakers matchup, he steps funny, done for the year. So he comes back the following year in the best shape of his career. So that's the optimism. This is what we wanted to see 3 years back. He's taking it serious. And you heard what he said on the Gilbert Arenas interview about him as a young kid and, eating and, and all this kind of stuff and his lifestyle and all this kind of stuff. But that's why my optimism is. And this is the thing. Last year, they won 49 games. They had that terrible losing streak of 22 and 23. It's so bad, I don't even care to remember exactly what it was, but y'all know what I'm referring to. It's like 0 and 22, 23, whatever the bullshit was. If they win half those games, if they win 10 of those games, the Pelicans finish with almost 60 wins on the season. You equate that and put DeJounte Murray, who's a floor general, where they don't have to function through a floating offense where, hey, this game you have the ball. No. Then the next moment you have the ball. Yeah, you have the ball. And we have this floating point guard role where whether it's Brandon Ingram or Zion or
your turn, my turn.
TJ McCollum. Yeah, that's right. He said, yeah, musical chairs at the point guard position, which is totally crazy. But at the end of the day, they still got 49 wins with that shit. They still got 49 wins. Well, hold on, Stacey. I'm about to let you happen it, bro. I'm gonna let you have the floor. All I'm saying is they still got 49 wins with that bullshit. They still got 49 wins with Willie Green and winning the game, and then whatever you make these weird adjustments, and then they lose the game. Weird ass shit like that. They still got 49 wins. So what happens when you add the extra layer of the fact that Trajan Langdon is no longer here, so you can't blame him for whatever's happening. He knew that, and you have a healthy Zion, you have DeJounte Murray, you have all these other pieces here. You have BI still here who can still help you until they get traded. And you have Willie Green's most complete team that he's had since he's been here in the 4th year to get it right. What does it look like this year? That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I know you're asking everybody, and I'm gonna let everybody talk about this too. And I'll just do it. I'll definitely be brief about this. I'm starting to hear somebody in the background.
Somebody playing something? Could y'all mute yourself while you're playing that? I think somebody playing the Reaper in the background. DC, is that you?
Reaper.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm enjoying my time with y'all. By the way, too. Like,
shout out to you, Stacey, man. You be typing your ass off in that chat, brother.
Yeah, Stacey.
Yeah, man. I'm a cosign, man. I'm gonna make sure everybody be on. Like, if I like something, I'm gonna cosign. I'm gonna light it up.
Appreciate
but
you,
long story short, yeah, your optimism is, but like, I was just gonna compare this back to my Ravens. I'm compare to that back to Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry, MVP. I mean, he was Offensive Player of the Year 2019. Right, that was his breakout year because when he first got to the Tennessee Titans, stuff just wasn't going for him. They started with Marco Murray. Things just didn't happen into that 2019 year, the same year that Lamar broke out too. Lamar's first year as a starter. But long story short, yeah, he was a terror. He destroyed people. Like, he destroyed all the way through the playoffs. Really, he destroyed Kansas City, and the team just wasn't there. But we saw what happened. Tennessee Titans had every opportunity to build around him, and they didn't. They just wasn't getting it done. Now you see Derrick Henry with the Ravens. Now the story ain't finished yet, but you can't stop both of them. You cannot stop Lamar, and it opened up every single thing for the rest of the team. Bateman's getting involved. Zay Flowers getting involved. We got 3 tight ends, all 3 of them getting. You can't stop our offense right now. We even got a bad offensive line, and we still killing people.
Yeah, oh my god.
But that's the difference between what Zion. They got a team that works around with Zion besides 2 players, but everything else fits with what they're doing. But if you go look at these other teams, just sticking in our division, they build around Wemby too. They build around Luka too. They build around Jamarion too.
Yeah.
The Rockets whooped our ass on Thursday night.
Yeah.
What?
Like this is not division. Those are what 4 games apiece out of everybody.
Yeah.
What?
You go through a losing record with them, you can easily come out of that with 14 losses.
What I would say is it's gonna be different, man, because you have a point guard now. That's very vital to your starters. Somebody that's gonna be stern and that we gonna get this. What we running, man. This what we running, dog. Ain't no this that we gonna run this here. This work. This I see the mismatches. I know where to go to when the mismatch happen. I know what to do. If I get a mismatch, I'm looking at the whole floor. So you got somebody like that out there now. You won 49 games without that, without none of that. What Q said, which is one off talent. Now you get somebody that's stern, like, no, this is what we doing. He's so stern, he told the coach of it. So you know he's gonna be stern with the players. And then for me, Zion gonna be, I'm with Big Q again. Zion gonna be different. And I think it's not only that he's thinking about what everybody's saying. I think that he's had his child, and he see himself as, I'm a father, so I gotta protect what I need to protect, and then feed my family and be here and be accountable. So now I need to and do what I need to do. I think that baby did that thing, made him his mind. A child would change your whole mindset of your life. It'll change you.
Yes, indeed.
I think that's what happened. And it just flipped. And he like, okay, let me get right. Let me get all the way right and stop being a child myself and grow up and be a man and do what I need to do for this team, because they got this. They invested in me, so I need to pay my dues for my investment that's been put on my shoulders. So I think that's where he at now. And I want to get down to this and get down to that this weight and do what I need to do. But also you bring in Murray, who's going to hold him accountable. Murray going to hold him accountable. Say, bro, you the best player. What you doing? So I think this team goes to top teams in the West. I think that they're going to do it. It's going to be tough at times, but having that point guard there and having Zion mindset where it's at, I think we're going to be able to pull off some of those games Q was talking about. Out of them 10 or 15 we should have won. I think we'll be able to pull those off.
We was 0-24, trailing
And Murray's a good closer
in the
too.
fourth quarter.
He was one of the best closers last in NBA.
He really was. I live in Atlanta. I see that. I see how good Murray is, bro. Like, especially closing out the game and everything. And he really took the team away from Trey last year. He really did. He really had to get rid of him over this stuff. Because it's Trey's team and all that. But yeah, them boys, they run around with afros. They whole starting lineup got afros and stuff like that. Y'all look stupid. Like, real talk. Like, cut y'all hair. Because I don't know how y'all doing. Y'all live in Atlanta, dog. Come on now. Y'all know I see y'all in Magic City, bro. Come on, don't even do that, bro. Cut y'all here. Long story short, they look so stupid. They about to lose, bro. But long story short, when it comes down to it, I have not said one thing about the players. I said what I said about the bench, and I said what I said about Hawk or whatever. He ain't there yet, and I do feel like he will fill in to get Hawk there to be the next guy when you get CJ McCollum out the way. But I have not said nothing about the players. I don't have an issue with the players. The players are there. I have an issue with the 29 best coach in the league. Okay, the 29 best. Okay, and I got the worst leadership in basketball.
Let me ask you.
You feel me? Like,
make sure
that's the problem.
For the people in the back. Say it again for the people in the back. Okay,
I got an issue with the 29 best coach in the league. 29 best. Okay, so all right, multiply that by all that and subtract that by that or whatever. And then I got an issue with the worst front office that they even finished the job in the in the off season. They didn't even finish the job.
No, they didn't.
They got one player lost. They could have kept JV, bro.
Yeah.
So Lex and Stacey, I got a question for y'all then. Y'all two on the coach, like, get him out tomorrow morning, like, get a suitcase and just get him a lift and let him go ahead and roll. So I'm gonna ask y'all the question. If the Pelicans start off with a super good record and they start off just beating teams and looking super good, what do you think they do with Willie then?
He stays.
What do they do?
Yeah, he stays. He stays.
Stacey's scenario is he bottoms out.
I'm not looking at regular season. I'm looking at the playoffs.
Okay.
Regular season is regular season. Willie's problem is adjustments.
Yeah, and I agree.
He cannot adjust. He plays checkers when he needs to be playing chess. I mean, look, we already know the win percentage in regular season has gone up. But you know what? It means absolutely nothing. You know why? Because it doesn't translate in the playoffs. Why? Because this dude, you can figure him out. He doesn't make adjustments to he don't have no counter moves. You can't coach like that. That's what the playoffs is all about.
Can I tell you something, Lex? Your players become your coach. Your players play like your coach.
You don't empower them, though.
What I'm saying is your players, your coach. Well, listen to me. Your coach mindset can offset the way your players play. The way your coach coaches, your players play. If you got a coach that's going to be demanding, this is what we're going to do. Eric, all right, let me use an example. I got an example. Eric Spoelstra.
I see what you're saying now.
His mindset, how he run his practices, how he run his team, how he make his players accountable, how he hold it. They play just like his attitude. They just play just like him. Yeah, that's how they play.
Look at Willie's attitude.
So it's not that
we're talking about compassion and joy. Those aren't even basketball terms, man.
It's not like that's what I mean. It's not like the.
Sure they are. Sure they are, Lex. It's joy when we win a game.
But the players all up to this is my coach do. I really want to do this for my coach because he's really down and ready to do what we need to do. He's down for whatever's gonna go down. Every coach not like that. When you find players that love their coach and want to really be down with them like that, them boys gonna go all out for them. I don't see this thing with Willie like that. I'm agree with y'all. So I time up. So
I saw it 2 years ago.
Man.
I like your hypothetical though. I like your hypothetical in your scenario, but I know that's not gonna happen. I think we start off, and I'm not trying to be. I want to win. Listen, I want to win. I really do. We don't have a center. What made you think we're gonna win?
Yeah. Front courts have beefed up. They beefed up, and they got.
I
Show
mean,
us first 15 games. I ain't mean to cut you, Lexxah. I'm about to let you about to talk.
But Stacey, respectfully, we do have some players you classify as center. They're not exactly everybody's favorite to be there, and it depends on the coaches.
Projects.
Daniel Tice is a veteran. I mean,
but
he's undersized.
Yes.
Look at our rebounds that we just lost.
I hear you, but that's a lot. It's hard. I see it in a small increment. I still need to see more of it as it unfolds for the new season. Hard to judge what they're doing based on some of these preseason games because There's many different things going on. The regular players are not out there. The set starters are not out there. They're trying to figure out who the bench guys is. They're trying to.
They did that.
We don't even know who the starting lineup.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's sad because we still in the IDK
because
and figuring it out. And it's like the season's about to start. Everybody else know what they about to do. They know they starting lineup.
I assure you, Lex. Most some of them teams don't know what they're going to do.
Everybody don't know.
I watched about 14 preseason games
in the division.
Yeah.
Do they know?
They know what they're doing. Yes, they know. They know Lex. They know Lex.
What was ranking rebounding?
These other teams know what they doing, man.
I think
they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Go ahead, DC.
They know they starting lineup.
What ranking in the rebounds now?
I mean, everybody tied right now. We ain't had an NBA game.
No, this is the preseason. Look how that was losing rebound game. Look how much points was given up in the paint. Look how much points was given up in the paint in the preseason.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. To me, it's you can look at some stuff and gauge it, I guess, from preseason. But I watched that game against Orlando, right? And I saw Zion go out there and dominated them. And I guarantee you we won the Bulls that game. And I could tell you this, last year, every time we played Orlando, and probably the year before that, man, the people was dominating us on the boards, just having their way with us.
It's true.
It looked totally different.
This is why
this one game is in the preseason, but the Magic plays big, man. And we play small, and you saw what small ball could be. The score is 104, 106, but it's not a true indication of how the game went because once we took our starters out, it was actually different this game. But
Zion is the true definition of the most valuable player.
Okay,
He's the most true definition of valuable player. The actual definition of most valuable player is Zion.
Yes.
Because he's the most valuable player in the league.
Yes.
We ain't there if we don't have Zion.
But I mean, you can say that to any team who has a Zion or a guy that's close to his caliber. If they lose him, they're not there. That's every team in the league, man. You look at you take away Giannis from Milwaukee. They may make the playoffs, but they ain't doing nothing.
No.
You take away John.
The boys learn how to win. They will learn how to win without Giannis. They learn how to win without Giannis.
Man, they went to the playoffs. They went to the first round of the playoffs, and they got booted out. Like any other team would get booted out.
They fought out of the playoffs. They just got booted out. They fought out.
Okay, they didn't get swept. They didn't push it to game 7.
DC, who is the most valuable player on the NBA champions? Who's the most valuable player?
Jason Tatum. So you think if you take Jason Tatum away from the Celtics, they still go on to win the championship? I mean, they're gonna have it as Jaylen Brown.
Jason Tatum is the star he's supposed to be. Jaylen Brown took over. But guess what? If you can alternate them two. Because who was the most valuable player in the finals, dog? Jaylen was.
They get the Jaylen.
He was the dog in the whole playoffs.
But you take away Jason Tatum, to me, they lose.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do that.
That's a textbook case of two stars that
really is because they're
perfect
they have
balance.
a balanced attack.
Exactly.
Look at their whole
They play good together, and they mesh well together.
They
They
are
do.
really a
But if I
solid.
got to pick one,
Well,
I'm taking Jason Tatum. I'm sorry, I'm not
So,
taking
so
Jaylen
who's the
Brown.
most valuable
Jaylen Brown
player
is
in the Western?
good, huh?
Who's the most valuable player in the Western Conference Final? I mean, who's the most valuable player in the Western team that went to the finals? Luka or Kyrie?
it's probably gonna be Luca.
I mean, Luka,
That's what
but I mean,
everybody
you're gonna look
Luka
at it
was.
and say
That's what
Kyrie because of the numbers and what he was doing, and Kyrie that
when he
dude.
was
Kyrie wasn't
Kyrie
having the
playing.
best game.
that team is a talented team. Luka was turning the ball over. He wasn't playing defense. Kyrie was the one hooping, and Lively was hooping. Gafford was hooping. Team beat talent, bro. And we should be a team that can beat talent. Without Zion, we don't win without Zion. We're so Zion centric.
I'm just saying, though, man. There's a lot of teams. You take their best player, especially of the caliber of Zion. When you look at them guys, that's like top 15 players, man. Take any one of them off their teams. You may have a few exceptions where they'll still win, right? But when you get to the playoffs, they ain't doing nothing. It's what it is, man. It's basketball. It ain't like football, man, where you got a bunch of guys. Like one guy can have that big of a difference.
Well, football is the same thing in the playoffs. Is about the players, and
Nah,
football is about the
football,
players.
you can lose your best guy in football and still have a team full of good guys, and you still could go on and win.
Yeah,
We just seen it happen.
When the playoffs, it shows up. It shows up that you didn't have that guy. It shows up. Like,
It shows up, but
it's
we've seen teams overcome it though.
Star-driven league.
Yeah.
Quarterback is like the only one that you can't shake. If you lose your quarterback, like it's kind of hard. But we didn't see teams shake back from that.
I mean, I didn't see. I mean,
You seen Philly win. You seen Philly win the championship, and they lost their quarterback.
I mean,
Who was
I
playing
see
like
y'all
an
point of view
MVP.
about all of it. I do. I see y'all point of view about everything y'all saying. I do, but I'm from where I see my point of view, we're a Zion centric team. We don't have that person that can really do what they can do in all phases of the game without Zion. He's the only one that can do it.
Zion.
He's the only one.
But I mean, give me players that you think better than Zion, and tell me they ain't a whoever centric team. Anybody with a skill set of Zion, that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
No, I just mentioned that the team that just won the championship is a team that's not just them. And then the same thing with the Heat. They're not all on Jimmy Butler. They're not all Jimmy Butler.
I mean, Jimmy Butler ain't a top 15. He's not a top 15 player to me, man.
Not anymore. Yeah,
Jimmy Butler ain't a top 15 guy to me. But
Tyler, and then down there at Orlando, if they could shoot, it would be more of a real rounded team if they could shoot. Well, they got Concealed Scott with a Pope now, but Pablo goes off. He's a dog, but it's a well balanced team.
So I heard Stacey talk about Boston and Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Jaylen Brown won the Eastern Conference MVP and the Finals MVP, right? Right.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Tatum almost averaged a triple double in each series.
Yeah, they're
Tatum.
Wait a minute.
Man, that's the engine, man.
He wasn't.
I don't care what nobody say.
But he almost averaged a triple double. So his impact was everywhere, but not in one spot, which Jaylen Brown was in one spot doing scoring and defending. Everything else Tatum took care of.
Yes, is there in basketball.
So he was doing his part, but he wasn't doing the part people wanted to see. But he was doing his part.
Yeah, he was really good on defense. Tatum was really good on defense. And then with Tatum also was the guard for them. Like Drew didn't bring the ball up all throughout the whole playoffs. Tatum was the point man.
Then
you know what I'm saying?
So then you got Drew, who you can put anywhere. And then the Pelicans with this rebounding thing. Rebounding is not just about size. We keep screaming about size. Rebounding is effort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was on when I played ball in high school, man.
We never heard you say
I'm just saying we played a big team and while effort, we just out rebounded with effort. It's effort. You can have size. That don't mean that big man. You can go get a big man. That don't mean he gonna give you the same effort a guard to give you to go get a rebound on a guard. A guard can be like a Westbrook and just want every rebound.
The Javante Green in the preseason, man, he was leading the team in rebounds. Some games, 7-8 rebounds, man, 6'4".
I've never said anything about size. I never heard say anything. Well, listen.
Well, not
we can't pacify.
I'm talking about what we talking about with the Pelicans as far as getting a big man that's gonna hold the paint down and rebound because we're gonna play small ball. That's effort.
This is what a center do. That's what a center does. This is what a center does.
With that, yeah.
Some of them, not all of them.
Struggle with that too.
Some of them, not all of them. All of them not like that. All of them don't have the same mindset, man. Every center don't have the same mindset. You're gonna get.
That's 15. What I want. I want that center with that mindset. That's why I keep on saying Nick Richards. And that's why I keep on saying Wendell Carter. I ain't said everybody. I said I want. That's why I ain't talking about DeAndre Ayton. That's why I ain't talking about Cat. That's why I ain't talking about none of them guys like that. I said these physical guys like this that can also shoot the three and everything. That can also set a pick. I would have said Clint Capella, but guess what? He don't do those things. He protects the paint and get rebounds. He don't shoot the three. That's why I said Nick. That's why I said Wendell Carter. That, like Bobby Portis. That's what they do. And guess what? It's showing up because the Rockets destroyed us on the boards. The Heat destroyed us on the boards.
Yeah, the Heat. They
did.
In a 5.
Go ahead, Lex. Go ahead, Lex. Because
I was saying the Heat. They play small ball too because Bam, he's not really a 5.
Bam 6'9".
Yeah.
Bam 6'9".
They changed. They're changing.
But we know
clear winner's going to be the starter.
Energy level.
What do we? So if we got some big men on our team right now that's considered centers. If they give us a maximum effort, that could look different in rebound with our rebounding. If they just get maximum.
Let's talk about like Daniel Tice. Have y'all not noticed that he don't move well?
I have.
He does a lot of good things well, but he don't move well. He's not gonna move well.
I noticed he was a liability on defense.
I see that.
Yes. Yeah. You see, if we combine all those centers into one player, they'll be a good center.
That's what you said, Big Q. That's what you said. But the thing is, we can't do that.
You got to buy a gene smash.
The neutrons how that to happen.
Yeah, you need a gene smash for that, Max. You got to buy your gene smash.
This ain't Voltron. This ain't the Power Rangers.
But this is my thing though. We
got draft capital and we got players that can get us that one center that's just like that.
But they won't do it.
We sat on it. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what the problem is. They've been
we make a trade today. Who would be the center you go after right now? We make a trade tomorrow.
I just told you,
Wendell Carter. So they just paid Wendell Carter.
To be honest with you, I will like Wendell Carter in his bid. But the right one, the real white one, but nobody's gonna give him up is Miles Turner. They're not gonna give him up though. You know what I'm saying? But that's not gonna happen. Joel Embiid will be real good too, but guess what? That's not happening either.
I think David Griffin's favorite will be Jared Allen.
Yeah,
but what happens with the Jared Allen thing? If you're gonna trade for Jared Allen, you might as well trade for the kid they got. You know, and they're not gonna do that. We might as well trade for the Mobley. You might as well trade for Mobley. You get the years on him. He's not a max player. Yeah, they're not gonna let him go. No. But Jared Allen does some good things. He's good on the roll. He's really good screen and roll guy. But he don't stretch the floor out. You're gonna get in Zion's way. You know what I'm saying? Because you're both rolling to the paint. Like off a pick and roll, you're both gonna go down to the goal line. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jared doesn't stretch it. He's gonna get good Zion double. You really do need the guy that's gonna be able to stretch the floor, especially off of picks and roll. Zion's gonna be the one.
DC, talk up your boy, man. Talk up Jared Allen. You was talking about his 3-point shooting.
Hold up, Q. Hold up. How is Jared Allen my boy all of a sudden? Because I said the dude actually shoot 3-pointers.
I like Jared Allen.
DC was making but he was making the point to me. Didn't he
I told you because I said Jared Allen does have the ability to stretch the floor. It's sneaky. Jared Allen's been consistently hitting 18, 19-foot jump shots forever, and everybody act like they don't see it. And then now he just stretched it out to the 3-point line too. Well, he started shooting threes. I said I think he made like 30 this year. That's all I was saying.
DC, I don't break them guys up. I don't break them guys up. I break Evan Mobley and Jared Allen up.
It ain't gonna work because it ain't never worked.
DC, what I was saying,
Mobley and Jared Allen, they doing well. They doing well together. I like them together.
We had I think Jared Allen is more athletic, more quicker and faster than we had with JV last year. So if JV didn't get Zion way as much, I don't think Jared Allen would have gotten his way too much in it, even as close as JV did last year, because he's quicker, he's faster, and then I like his effort on defense and getting rebounds.
I think he like probably the best screener center in the game, other than Steven Adams.
Then he could run the floor faster. He can get back on defense, so it'll be different. That's not the
same. Yeah. You went in there, but listen, you went in there, but we have an issue that's happening, and the like let's say the Pelicans were not in the Southwest Division. I mean, let's be real. Like if we wasn't there, it'd be okay. If the Pelicans was in the Eastern Division and like the Atlantic Division, it'll be okay. The Pelicans have an issue because the teams they're playing have Wemby, Lively, Edie, Sengun. Like you go down the list of the things that the centers they got. Like we're the biggest division in the league, and that's the problem of why you just simply can't get somebody up under 6'10", 6'11", and stuff like that, because you need all of that for these guys. Now Edie can be punked out. Lively won't be punked out. Wemby's a dog.
I cannot, bro. This not the Shaq days and Dwight Howard.
NBA you have lost your mind if you don't think that this big man's are physical right now. They're very physical. They do it in different ways. Listen, you ain't watching basketball lately, because they're very physical. I wasn't trying to insult him. No. I apologize. I wasn't trying to insult you. I was joking with you.
Joel Embiid, the only physical. See, that's physical. Like physical.
They're physical, bro.
Name me one.
These big.
I want to ask y'all something real quick. What are y'all thoughts on Nick Claxton or DeAndre Ayton? Because I know name is
Nick is not getting moved, and he's gonna be on a bad team next year, and he's not getting moved. They just gave him that money. DeAndre Ayton, I would never touch him. Never touch him. Never. But DeAndre Ayton on his way out the league. DeAndre Ayton really got one more year before he's out the league and playing overseas. It's that bad.
Why you think DeAndre Ayton that bad?
He's lazy.
Yeah,
and I don't want to insult Haitians, but you already know how I feel about that.
I heard articles about him, but yeah, I think Monty
opposite of Nigerians.
Monty really hurt him.
What you say, Lex? I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Nah, I was just saying. I think Monty,
damn, bro.
Monty Williams,
Haitians, Nigerians, damn, brother. Go ahead, Lex. I'm sorry.
DeAndre Ayton is the most laziest Haitian I ever seen, bro. Like Haitians work. Haitians will work. Haitians hard work. DeAndre Ayton is lazy. Go ahead. Lex is just talking about.
I thought he was on the Brazilian team.
I thought he was Haitian. Ayton ain't no Brazilian.
DC, what is the man? Is he with you, bro? Is there on your side or
from the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, there you go.
What kind of accent?
I don't know.
That's the same thing. Haitian and Dominican Republic, the same thing, right? Like that's just cut off. The line is cut off. Yeah.
Well, I think it's two separate places, bro.
He's from
Haiti, brother.
Yeah,
and it's the same island. It's just it's cut in half.
Yeah.
The black folks live over here, and the Hispanics live over here. And then sometimes you got black people that live in the Dominican side because they had to work.
Oh,
Am I not right? That's the facts. Anyways, long story short, he's the laziest one. That's probably why he's lazy, because he lived on the Dominican Republican side instead of the Haitian side. Long story. That's all what it is. He's very lazy. Someone picking the draft. Alfred Sengun posted us up all night the other night, and you're gonna say ain't nobody physical. He played with his back to the basket and beat us up all night.
That's baby Jokic.
That's a finesse game, man. That ain't no punishing you in the post every time, because they pull up a jump shot.
Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is. That's still, even if you get in the post, if you're not shacking it, you still physical, because Hakeem was so physical and he played with his back to the basket, but he would spin off of you and do the shimmies with it. You know what I'm saying? That's still physical.
Let me explain to you, man. When these big dudes get in the post now, they so skilled. They look in the pass first. Then if they don't, they go at you. They look in the pass. What I'm saying is, it's not, man, it ain't no power game no more. It's not no back you down.
Yes, it is. It's still power. I'm gonna tell you why it's still power. Is the easiest place to score on a basketball court is where? Under the goal. Three ain't the easiest place to score. You get more points, but it's not the easiest place to score. Teams gonna be up under the goal if they have to be. The best post players in the league is Luka Doncic right now.
So name me a center that's more imposing in the post than Joel Embiid, because that's the only one I see.
Sabonis is the most. Domantas Sabonis is the most physical center in the league right now.
That's true.
You can look the stats up, and he'll tell you that how physical he is on the go.
I agree with you. That's two. That's Embiid and Sabonis. Who else? That's it. He don't post up like them. They go right at you. At you.
Are you ready? I'm about to go off. You gotta let me talk. Because I'm about to go off with it.
Who?
Porzingis is physical.
Please, that man stand up for him.
No.
Porzingis, bro. You lost everybody, bro. Nobody can vouch for him.
I'm about to be real with you.
Come on.
I don't think he's less power.
Listen, the Porzingis that played for the Knicks was physical, right? I'm about to be real with you, bro. I'm getting there. I'm about to get there about all that.
Reaching.
I'm gonna get there about all that. Like, listen. This is what it is with Porzingis. Man, when Porzingis was at the Knicks, he scored up under the goal. Phil wanted that. So when Porzingis get to the Dallas Mavericks, Rick Carlisle told him not to post up no more. Rick Carlisle and Rick Porzingis do not get along. When he gets over to Boston, when he gets back to Boston, Porzingis was backing people up. He was under the goal more than what you've seen him since he played for the Knicks.
How many games he played?
He is a jump shooter, man.
No, he didn't play that much.
That man,
come on, man.
He's on the fragilistic side.
He is kind of frail, bro.
We can score in the paint, though. It ain't, Stacey ain't
DC the man 7'2", bro. Come on, bro.
He can score in the paint, but when I think of post players and back it down, Porzingis is not who comes to mind.
No, I'm not saying. I brought up Porzingis.
You don't put no fear in me.
I ain't even got to talk about Jokic. Like, I don't even have to get into the people that's obvious. I'm telling people that people don't think that it's not physical, and they are. You know what I'm saying? We got some real like casual lookers at the center spot and thinking it's still a finesse game the way the Europeans try to make it, and that's not the case. Even down to the rolling to the basket. When you're rolling to the basket, that's still physical because you got to go in there and get to the cup, and it's not easy. These people are fouling you down there.
We see
Brooke Brown.
Hey, bro, you want
exactly. So that's physical.
Want me to give you an honest answer? Tell you who the most physical centers is in the league today? Want me to give you a real answer?
Mm-hmm.
The answer: Zion and goddamn Giannis.
They're not centers.
They're not centers.
People in the league.
Don't say that.
Say that.
You moving the goalposts, boy. It's like saying Lamar Jackson can't throw, but he's leading the league.
Really, Zion ain't even a 4.
I'm not moving the goalpost. Listen to what I'm saying.
Look what
they the most physical players in the game. They coming downhill straight at you. They're poster, but they come.
You said the center. You
Only
said center.
the only people I see
Centers don't be physical no more. That's what you said.
Man saying it's positionless basketball now, brother. We going.
Man, I don't think certain people understand position basketball. Go on.
no,
Basketball without borders.
Let's just not give it a name.
It's only the center spot that's physical. What he said, Sabonis and Embiid. That's only two people.
No, I didn't. I said more.
Why did anybody say
telling you, all these guys
Jokic or
Yeah.
Triple J?
Go ahead, Lex. What?
Rolling to the rim is physical.
Hold on. What you saying, Lex?
I mean, I probably would have said Jokic, Triple J, and Edie before,
I don't have to say them. I don't even have to say them because they are. They simply are. I just mentioned people that nobody even think about, like Zubac down there at Clippers. People don't even think about them.
To a certain extent, you can say Anthony Davis.
Exactly, because that's where he want to play
down there. But he don't want to play down there like we are.
Yeah, I know, but he has the ability to.
He does.
I mean, look at what he did in the Olympics. I mean, he can play down there. I mean, he has a skill set when he's not injured and things.
Tell somebody throwing a rib shot,
I didn't mention draw.
Just start shooting some jumpers then.
That's why I said to a certain extent.
They fold him like a lawn.
Or I didn't mention avoid the Bulls. What's his name?
Vukovic.
Yeah. Man, Vukovic was destroying somebody in the paint the other night, bro. Like all night. The night that ball came back, he destroyed that dude in the paint all night long.
Vukovic is nice.
I mean,
but DC can pronounce his name right.
I can't even pronounce the name right.
Vukovic.
No,
but he can't say but he can't.
He was an all-star.
Oh no, he didn't get it right, Lex?
Yeah,
no,
Vukovic.
He didn't get it right.
Vukovic.
He said it right.
Y'all see this?
Vukovic.
No. DC, you saying it wrong, bro.
Vukovic. Not
Y'all see why I say I'm stressed out about the Pelicans?
DC betting the foul.
We shouldn't even be discussing a center with all this trade capital. We should not even be discussing anything about a center, but we are.
Well, that was
we don't got a center.
That was a possibility because I remember that was something that was supposed to be being looked at.
What you were saying earlier, it's not. It is about the rebounds, but again, rebounds is about effort, but it's about matchups as well. The thing is, if you getting pounded down low and like small ball is not the answer to everything. You got to be able to match up to what's out there, especially if you're getting killed. And then there comes the adjustment. But I like small ball, but sometimes in every situation, small ball doesn't work. You got to be able to play big, and you can't teach size. So that's important to have that. But I totally get it with the rebounds. Rebounds is effort. And that's why with this team, it is going to have to be a collective effort. Because really, all the guys have, they don't rebound well. Messi, he doesn't rebound well. Neither does Makovich or Tice.
Zion.
Big Q, how many?
Zion got to step up on boards. We already talked about that earlier. Like Zion got to step up on boards.
But he did say that, Lex.
How many Zion last year?
He had about 5. He needs to have
like 5.6.
You got to give me 4 more.
He needs to have.
I feel like he can get 10 rebounds a night.
He needs to get 10
when he's dialed in.
Yeah, he really.
And then we can't act like Zion ain't been baby. We all talk about it. We know they was telling Zion to re-walk this way, to take it easy here. Come on, man. Y'all know what's going on because we see Zion go out in games that were really important or games where he was dialed in. Zion and grabbed 18 rebounds. You mean to tell me a dude who can do that can't get 8 or 9 a night? Come on. We know he can do it. How important is him to do it? Does he want to do it? And I think this year he does. That's why I've been saying I think Zion gets 8 rebounds a game. That's what I think. Like he ups his average by 2.5 at least. He
Well,
gets
I'm gonna
that's
tell you
disrespected.
real.
that's what Willie Green was alluding to. Willie Green did mention that rebounding has to be a collective
Well, check this
situation.
out too, Q. Zion
And
went out there and played 20 minutes in the Magic game when he played. He was playing serious too for them 20 minutes. Zion had 8 rebounds in
Right.
20 minutes
It's easy for him. That's why
against the
I agree.
Magic with 4 centers. Come
I
on, man.
agree. I agree. It's an effort thing, and like I said, he's unstoppable in his mind's right. But there's also the talk about, like Lex made mention of the offense. You know, the adjusting. Like, and we said this last year about if you don't, it's small ball or die. I made a joke about it. Small ball or die. If we can't play small ball, we're just gonna lose. But this is the thing. A lot of that's tied to Borrego. Willie Green did allude and say that that Borrego is going to be more involved there as well. He'll be taking more of his, leadership there. And that needs to happen because obviously for him to take the next step, for this team to go, he has to listen to his coaches, these guys he picked. That's what I was saying about this team. There is no excuses for Willie Green coming into year number 4. These coaches are Willie's coaches. This team is Willie's best team. He picked all of these guys. This is his team more than ever before. Remember Teaspoon and Coach Fred, those guys are gone. Replaced by Willie Green's guys, the guys that he wanted to be here. So Coach Miles and others. So this is Willie Green's team. And if it doesn't get past or get where it needs to be, it'll fall square on top of him. Now, of course, the octopus will avoid the gun at first because it's now designed for Willie to take the pressure. But Willie Green showed that he was stubborn last year. This year, he can't do that shit. You can't do the same things you did last year. And from a coaching standpoint, knowing that your adjustment's bad, your philosophy, offensively speaking, you're winning games, and then you kind of coach yourself into losses. You make weird adjustments. You don't call the timeout on time. We noticed all of that. We pay attention to all that shit. That can't happen this year. He has to change that, and he got to listen to his coaching staff. That's what I'm saying. That's what, to me, changes. And we'll see. Like, there's a lot of questions involved around the roster and the lineup and all this kind of stuff, man. I need to see more of, the players out there to see how the system go. Because let me ask y'all, what is the identity of the Pelicans? What is the identity of the Pelicans?
Crisis.
The best defense in NBA, and they're one of the best defenses I've ever seen in a long time. Like, especially in this new wave of basketball, they're a really good defense when it works. Really good defense. And adding DeJounte to it makes it even better. But adding that center would have made it 10 times better. And we all know that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a really good defense, man. It's crazy how good the defense is.
Go ahead, brother Mike. Go ahead. We're gonna get ready to close the stream, but go ahead, brother. Phil, get your thought in.
They're right, man. You need I'm with Lex. I agree with Lex with the you play your small ball, but you gotta play chess, not checkers. So you gotta be able to be versatile and switch up lineups with a big man and make sure that big man is need to hold down in spots. Like she said, you need that. I'm with her and Stacey with that. You're gonna need a big man to do that. The small ball works for certain teams and certain games, but for the long haul in the playoffs, you're gonna need that Gert down there to get rebounds and block some shots and just mess up some stuff. So you're gonna need that size, man. That's the truth. So I agree with her and Stacey with that. But the small ball lineup, I think, is good for certain teams because a lot of teams do play fast and they shoot a lot of threes and they do run a lot. So that's going to benefit us a lot because a lot of teams do play like that. But the teams that don't, we're going to have trouble with. So.
All right. Brother Don, welcome on in, bro. We about to get ready to close the stream. Please feel free to give us your thoughts before we close out, brother. We're going to get Stacey.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Going good, brother.
Yeah, what y'all was in here talking about?
Just talking Pels, my boy.
Look, Stacey, you want to get the review?
What's it called?
Talking, that you just breaking
You know
it down,
what y'all
bro.
talking about? That's some nose drop right there, boy.
Like, what's the identity? What do you believe the identity of the Pelicans is? That was a question.
they gonna figure it out, like they be saying.
I'm sorry.
Ain't no identity. They don't know. They said they gonna figure it out, like they always say.
Oh my God.
Where's the
Which is
laughing
unfortunate.
Uh,
Which is unfortunate. Like, but I mean, earlier I came in on speaking on, like, you know what I'm saying, different things. I guess, you know, since y'all about to close out, I can kind of just hit on certain things that how I feel. Earlier I heard y'all talk about the guy from Dallas. That'll be
Jamarion Sharp.
yeah. That'll be something cool to just put on the roster to see, you know. But we need bodies, because, you know what I'm saying, the fact that we not strong and with one guy at the position, we're gonna need multiple. You know what I'm saying? The interchange, you know, whenever somebody feeling it, they go in. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Dallas do with Gafford and Lively. Whoever feeling it, they gonna go with them. You know what I'm saying? So we just need bodies for real, for real. So it wouldn't be bad to have, you know, a 7'5" guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Can move. He can move a little bit. And as far as Misi, like I keep telling people about Misi, man, like any sport you play, dog, like as long as you got like he gifted, you know what I'm saying, and with his athleticism and his size, but as long as in any sport, man, as long as you got that work ethic and that will, which it looked like he got, you know what I'm saying, he wanna get better. You know what I'm saying? For a young guy, he take the game very seriously. It seems as though to me, you know what I'm saying? My bad, I'm driving at the same time. Yeah, it seems as though, like, you know what I'm saying, he take the game very seriously. Um, some of that, I feel like it has to do with his African culture, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is over there and stuff like that. So, kind of got to grow up and stuff like that. But yeah, so he take the game very seriously, man. So I see a lot in him improving. You know, a lot of people want to make fun of him, but dog improves. Yeah, he's not. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have all the. He hasn't mastered the game or nothing yet, or nothing like that. He has a long way to go with that, but you can see the improvements because he wants to. It's better than Jackson Hayes' improvement. You know what I'm saying? Jackson Hayes ain't really want to improve to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is really taking the steps to try to improve. You know what I'm saying? We need a big like that. You know, I compare him to a little bit of Clint Capella. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. Starting off, at least. No telling who else we can compare him to once he keeps developing over time. That's one of my comparisons to him. You know what I'm saying? Clint Capella came in like that. You know, a guy that's, you know, not the most skilled offensively, but he going to try to get the boards. He going to work hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, got the will to do whatever he can do. You know what I'm saying? Can catch lobs and all that. And don't get me started on Jordan Hawkins, man. I'm getting tired of the fan base. Keep disrespecting him. You know what I'm saying? Or not even disrespecting him. Just it's underestimating. You know what I'm saying? And underestimate I kept saying it. I said, dog, this dude hit 30-point games and won us games. That shit ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's showing you, bro, consistently. We don't have nobody on the team. There's not even a lot of people in the league that's doing what he's doing. Shooting like how he's shooting. Bruh ain't no regular shooter. I need y'all to get that out y'all head. Bruh is not a regular shooter. Slim bout that. Like, he really bout that. Like, he wants it. Nigga, he from my way, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. We don't play. We ballers, bruh. We got will. Najee Marshall, same dude. We got will. We want to do something. We not gonna be no scrubs. So him not wanting to be the scrub, along with him being a lethal ass shooter, bruh. This guy is special, bruh. And we gotta realize that. That guy is special, man. And what he did in the preseason, man, that was, he played his role. That summer league shit was not his role. That is what happened. But which kind of also helped them too, because it turned them up a little notch too, because he seen motherfuckers, like, oh yeah, they think, they think I ain't got a little handle. Oh yeah, it might have been a little, yeah. I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You see the midi there. You know what I'm saying? He said it's slowing down for him. You can see it slowing down, being a little more logical with, you know what I'm saying, when the defense is running at him, you know what I'm saying, running off the line, hitting the midi. You know what I'm saying? He taking advantage of that. Man, this dude, man, this guy's a great player, bro, and we this is not a trade piece. Fuck all that. Willie ain't gonna use him. Nah, get Willie ass out of here. Get somebody here that will use him, cause he's special, man. He's a winner and can shoot the hell out of the ball. Not a lot of people can shoot it like this. This is no joke, y'all. Look at something special shooting that joint. You see how he letting it go off the screen, just coming up and pulling it. Second year in the league. Stephen Curry shit. So, man, this is like, hey, we just need to, my biggest thing is this Willie Green. I wish we could move on from him. I've been saying this for 2-3 years. But, man, look, we got what we got. And I think DeJounte, I know a lot of people saying, some people's a little worried about DeJounte as far as him fitting in and stuff. And especially since we still got the guy B.I. They don't like the fit with him and DeJounte. And of course, I'm still on the side with getting rid of B.I., trading him, because I just don't know what we're doing, man. I mean, we play these guys. I would have to think we're trying to trade B.I., because it's like, dog, we played Zion in those games, and B.I. wasn't playing. And then the last game, B.I. plays, but Zion don't play because he wants to so-called get the rest. We so-called let him get rest, but we're supposed to be building chemistry and all this stuff. But I guess I will hope that maybe they didn't do that because he's not going to be here. That would make most sense. But I mean, I guess we are an organization that don't make sense. So it's like, maybe it is the ridiculous stuff that we know it is, for real. Like, what are we doing? Like the dude Zion played 2 preseason games. What are we doing? Like, and then you didn't play him in the third one. It's like if you didn't play him in that one, you wasn't gonna. So was he not gonna play the last game either? You know what I'm saying? Versus the Magic, because he played 2 preseason games. I guess was that the limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, I only played 2 preseason. Like, let him play 3. Like you be saying, like, look at all the other teams. Anthony Edwards going at it, clapping his hands. You know what I'm saying? They getting in that mode, setting that energy for the season, trying to really build on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what are we doing? What are we doing, man? I don't really know, but I just know, man, for us to really go forward, man, it starts with a damn coaching change. You know, you just look at the preseason, man. You can just see the same similar shit, man. It's last year, man. It's just like we out there. I mean, that's it, just out there. Sometimes we're just out there. You know, just no game plan, no defensive philosophy, some shit, and
Worst
scrambling
front
all
office
over.
in the league.
Huh?
Worst front office in the league. Worst front office in the league, bro.
Yeah,
It's bad.
man. It's ridiculous, man. And I know some of y'all are also Saints fans too. I feel, and it's the similar stuff going on over there. I'm hearing, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
So it's
They
like y'all,
they share everything. They share everything. They even share the same medical staff. So when
yeah,
Kamara's hurt, because when Kamara's hurt, he's sitting right next to Zion. They in the same rehab facility.
And
That's
right,
awesome.
yeah, you might be right too, because it's like I see Kamara and then I don't see him.
No, they did that at first, and Tom Benson didn't want to come up with all the money, but they switched all that up. They switched them because the Pelicans have their doctors, Saints got
Hey,
theirs.
and what happened to
So you,
Graham? I ain't heard from Graham since the draft. Was Bryce Graham? What's his name?
Well, nah, he was there on media day next to
He
Graham.
was?
Yeah, he was piggybacking off of Graham.
Okay, or just agreeing,
Remember? Yeah,
disagreeing
he
with
was like,
every damn thing. Okay,
I'm just gonna piggyback off of what Griff said.
so
man,
so
That's
like,
what
three
I
of us,
got out of everything that he said. He's piggybacking.
yeah,
so
it's
three
like,
people in this chat. Three people in the chat are Raven fans and Pelican fans. Is that correct?
Say again.
Me, you, three people in this chat. Saints, Ravens fans and Pelicans fans. Myself, you, and
Oh
you.
no,
Are you a Raven
Don, who you fan of, man?
oh man, you know,
in football?
New England Patriots
Are you
till
a
I
Patriots
die.
fan?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Okay,
look, look,
okay.
look, so look,
but I
Even
am a
we
okay,
got,
Ravens fan.
so we know, so all
even
of us know what a good organization looks like, man. So,
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. We bipolar in here right now. That's
yeah,
all this is. We bipolar. That's
yeah,
it.
man. It's sad because, like I said, we know exactly what a good organization looks like, man. Standards and stuff like that.
yeah.
And this man, this team, you know, I'm gonna stay a fan, man. But this shit is like, I'm gonna just be that fan. Eventually, I'm gonna be that fan. It's like, oh no, we're gonna lose. I don't worry about it. No, we're gonna lose. Like that's all we're gonna do. Like I'm not
Well,
gonna have.
you know what I'm binging on is free. I'm binging on like the one more bad season is free Zion because I want to see him succeed.
Yeah, and
You
that's
know what?
and I was
I
talking
do
with that.
feel the
Yeah,
same way,
yeah, because it's
which
like
is sad.
yeah, it's like Anthony Davis and Chris is like they kind of forced their way out, but he not. So it's like all right, bro. Yeah, go ahead. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I wouldn't even mind, and I'm gonna still root for him. I ain't really root for Chris Paul and Anthony Davis, but Zion, I'm gonna be wherever he go. I'm gonna really be rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? Because hopefully he can make it happen here. That's you know,
Zion looks like the best American prospect in a long time.
yeah,
Zion looks like the best American prospect in him, LaMelo, and Anthony
yeah,
Edwards are the best American prospects in a
and
long time.
and bro, being here, we underestimate him so much. Cause like I'm gonna give Lex credit for this too. Like she be saying a lot. Like he can do so much more, and you know he can really do so much more. Like Lex said too. She said this too. He was supposed to go to Kentucky. They said if Kyler Perry said uh that if he came to Kentucky, he would have had him playing guard, and that would have kind of probably allowed the league or forced the league to not see Zion as a big.
Well, he really isn't because he's a power wing. It's a whole different
Yeah,
thing. Like power wing, Miles Bridges himself. I would say, what's the boy at the Clippers?
Man,
Kawhi.
oh
Kawhi.
Kawhi,
no, Kawhi.
Yeah, they big.
Yeah,
Well, Kawhi is more like her.
can't stay
But when
healthy,
it comes
man.
out,
but bro, like
Kawhi,
I ain't gonna lie, but Zion way more than that, bro. He's even more skilled than them, bro.
yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
is. He's way more
you
skilled than him. But
you
Miles, but you see, the Hornets get everything out of Miles because they know how to coach Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, whereas, and I'm gonna tell you like this: Coach K didn't put up with this crap with Zion. This
Oh
man
no.
came out his shoe. He came out his shoe.
yeah,
He
yeah,
broke his whole shoe with Coach K.
yeah.
We pacify, we pacify Zion.
I'm telling you,
Well, the
bro,
thing
because like
is that's the saddest thing that they did. You know, they took pressure off of Zion and came out and said that it's Drew Holiday's team. They should have kept that pressure on him. And the thing is, when you're going that direction with a player, it's almost like you're weakening his growth. even as a number one draft pick, you still have growth and development. And I feel like that's also taking a hit on his ability to even lead, because they took that away. They should have been pushing that and encouraging and empowering him. But the thing is, when you have someone like Griff around who has dealt with a LeBron James, who he didn't want to deal with that. And that's what makes the situation kind of sad, because he got PTSD with LeBron. So you're talking about a guy who came in with probably the most hype since the LeBron James,
Real
because that
talk.
still is Zion Williamson. That's still him. It
You
ain't
know
it
how I
ain't
would handle
it
Zion?
ain't nobody else.
What'd you say? What about Zion?
The way I would handle, the way I would have handled Zion. I ain't mean to cut you off, Lex. Will you finish?
You fine.
Okay. So the way I would have handled Zion was I would have had a live-in person with Zion. I would have had a fixer around Zion, and he'd be around Zion 24/7. A grown, mature adult around Zion, and he would have been, "Hey Zion, it's time to go to the gym, bro. It's time to do this, bro. Zion, you ain't signed my planner, like stuff like that. Having the whole planner to the point where Zion has to hit every single thing on that planner every single day to keep his life together. And that whole prostitute situation, yeah, y'all, I'll say it like that. That's what that is. That would have never even happened.
I mean,
It's
You,
like
to
stuff
you
like that.
think any NBA first round draft pick really gonna go for that though? Like they don't have a say
LeBron went
in the
for
matter. Like you're a grown
it.
man.
LeBron went
well,
for it.
the thing,
LeBron went for it. LeBron has a circle around him. People don't even
No,
know about LeBron.
but that's his circle that he had in high school.
No, there was a fixture they gave to LeBron. They gave that man to LeBron. Like he works for Jay-Z too. He works for a lot of big people. And he is LeBron's fixer. He started with Jay-Z, he started with a couple other people.
So when
A black dude.
LeBron was in like his second, third year in the league is when he got that guy when he signed with Rock Nation, right? Remember that when him and Jay-Z
No,
linked up and
uh,
he had him as a
oh,
rookie?
but you know what? You know what's so crazy about even with that? Even with him coming in second, thirdly, LeBron ain't the same person that he was. Look, we done got 20 years of LeBron. We done had like 5 different LeBrons. We're in the fifth phase of him being a dad now. You know what I mean? This is a whole different phase. Like there was like different levels to LeBron that was going around. You remember how it was? Cleveland didn't make the playoffs the first year. He didn't average 20 in the first year, did he? It was something like 18 or something like that. But
Yeah, Carmelo was actually like way better than LeBron as a
yeah,
rookie.
yeah.
Man.
he
So
was.
so there was phases of LeBron, and it wasn't working out in Cleveland. And that guy comes in here to us like or whatever, and he gets up out of Cleveland. And he goes to the Heat, and the Heat is a whole different LeBron, whole different grown man of LeBron, and it becomes a supernova. And then another thing too, when you look at the league back then, Kobe, that whole Mamba mentality was for real. Allen Iverson was for real. Kevin Garnett was for real. This game right now, these guys ain't like that. They tossing who gonna win the championship and who gonna be able to play with each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I see.
I think Anthony Edwards and Zion and Ja and guys like I think they built different. They kind of the
They
guys
are.
that are a little bit of the throwbacks
But
as far as the
I
new
still think
school.
you still have to have the right people around you, because the thing is like you look at the situation that Ja came into. Same thing with Anthony Edwards, even Wemby. You know, when you look at his situation, look who was around him when he first got there. They really
Duncan and all
put
them.
him
Robinson.
on yeah. They really had those guys around him to just like to help him and guide him and teach him whatever they can. And he's been like a sponge. I mean, just think if that was available to Zion when he first got here. Because how you come into a situation really does matter. Because you can ask any of those guys, like Memphis was already determined, hey, we're building around Ja. They said that before they even drafted that dude.
Real
They
talk.
had that mentality before they drafted him. The mentality of the Pelicans, what did they say, Big Q? Whose team it was?
Drew Holiday.
I give Drew Holiday the permission to lead.
You see what I'm saying? Like that was the mentality. It's
Yeah,
like,
he did say
dude,
that.
look, and he was talking about we didn't bring Zion here to be the savior of the team. Are you for real? Why
For
did you
real?
get the number 1 draft
Yeah,
pick?
he got up there and said that.
He did say that.
It's
He did
crazy.
not speak for New Orleans at all.
Is the
But he got
savior
up there
of
and said that.
you just lost the number 1 pick in Anthony Davis. What are you talking about? You drafted him not to be the savior of the organization.
He
You
was
don't
trying
want
to
to put too much pressure on the young man.
That's
right,
crazy.
and he
You
didn't want to
already
alienate
had
Holiday either.
pressure
The
on
rest
him.
of them.
Why would you rescind the pressure?
I think Drew Holiday is a dark horse MVP candidate.
Right, he didn't want to alienate Drew Holiday.
That go back to remember the
that's
Titans.
David Griffin said all the shit I'm saying, by the way. These are exact quotes.
No, this
I
is
ain't
true.
making none of this up.
You're right, DC. But that's horrible. That's a horrible mentality for a number 1 draft pick to come into.
That go back to remember the Titans when Coach
Yes.
Boone got on to the other coach.
Oh my
When
gosh.
Denzel got onto the white coach, and he was telling him, "You don't get onto this guy like that. You don't stop me when I'm getting onto the white players. Like you want to stop me when I'm only getting onto the black players." And Denzel was right when he told him that because my guys need a whole different type of mentality. These guys got dads. I'm their dad. You know what I mean? That's how he had to look at it. Like they're gonna go through things in life. Y'all remember that? Remember the Titans? Where Denzel got onto the white coach and basically had to tell him straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talking about Petey. Yeah, he was talking about Petey. Mm-hmm.
Don't say that. Don't say when I get on to him, I get on to him. It ain't nothing like that. They're not gonna. That's not helping them at all. So being so soft to them does not help them. Yeah, and by the end of the movie, that's jump flip when the referee was cheating on him, cheating and everything. He had to sit Petey down, and he had to tell the referee, "Say I'll go to jail with everybody. I don't care who knows." he told Coach Boone, he said, give them all, give them everything you got. And I bring that up because that's James Borrego.
Yeah, speed and violence.
Yeah, the violence.
Yes, violence.
Yeah.
So that's not.
That needs to be one of the words in the gym, man. They need to take them other words down. It's a new season.
Once again, the last time the Hornets won, they had a winning season. James Borrego was in.
Exactly. Bro, definitely, bro.
He got fired for winning. He got fired for winning.
Yeah.
Well, you know that's not uncommon. Shoot, all the coaches of the year, quite a few of them. The one in Toronto, he got fired for losing, or for winning. Of course, he didn't.
It seemed like,
but he did win Coach of the Year, which was kind of crazy.
It seemed like we got the 29th coach in the league to lose. Like, I mean, to be average. That's what that seemed like. We got the 29th coach in the league to be average.
Hey, and Stacey, get this. Listen, what was the coach for the Lakers? What's his name? Came from the Bucks.
Ham. Ham.
Yeah, Darvin Ham, and the coach, the previous coach for the Suns.
Frank Vogel.
Yeah, Frank Vogel.
Yeah,
yeah. They didn't both of them do better than Willie.
They did better.
They
did better. Yeah, they won. They won that play game.
Oh, you saying the next job?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you already know the situation. That they both coaches of like, LeBron's the coach of the Lakers, and Vogel when he was at the Lakers too. Like LeBron was coaching there. You know, we can go too deep, but I ain't gonna go too deep with that stuff.
I mean, well, he was coaching except for with the Spoelstra was coaching.
Yeah, he's the GM. He was the GM. He's a coach. He's a star player of every single thing he's touching. Yeah. Spoelstra, they had a staff down there at the Heat when LeBron was there. Like one of my favorite coaches is the black coach, man. Take that for data. He was at the Knicks for a while.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, he was.
You
David Fisdale.
Finsdale. Yeah,
Fizdale.
David Finsdale.
I love Fizdale, man. I love Fizdale, bro. Yeah, I love Fizdale, dog. Like that's my guy right there, bro. How we got 16 power forwards? Hey, that's how you call it in the front office, bro. He said, "You gave me 8 power forwards, bro. What am I gonna do with this?" Yeah, that's what we need to be doing. We ain't got no center. Like, come on, bro, call them out.
They're dialed into small ball.
But this man, the interview he gave today made it seem like he was overwhelmed. I'm looking at him. He's like, man, this man looks stressed out and overwhelmed. I ain't never seen him come out of practice like that.
Still
Willie
figuring
Green.
it out.
Still look overwhelmed.
Well, I mean, we knew he was gonna have a bunch of pressure, man. We just got to see. Q say he could turn into a diamond, and Lex believes he gonna bust his pipes. So we just waiting to see which one gonna happen.
I still have zero faith, man.
Hey, I'm in a situation. Yeah, it's already busting. I'm an Alabama fan. All right, grew up in Alabama, raised in Alabama. 1992, I saw it from '89. I'm 86 baby, so I saw it from '89 over to what it is now. This dude we got now, Kalen DeBoer, just lost to Vanderbilt. Got beat up by Vanderbilt. Didn't just lose to him, got beat up. Mm-hmm. He on the hot seat. He's a hippie from the West. It's bad. You cannot be the guy after the guy. So I'm seeing what it's like. Now, in the NFL, I only had 3 head coaches. The Ravens only had 3 head coaches. All 3 of them was good. Okay. Yeah. But down in college, in Alabama, the biggest program in college football, college sports, dog, this dude on the hot seat, I see what it's like coming after Saban. So I'm able to gauge his coaches and see how they're going to be able to handle this. Are they honest in their press conference? Oh, man. John Harbaugh, coach of the Ravens, is very honest. Mike Tomlin is very honest. They look like the alpha males of their staff. Man, this guy right here, Willie Green, looked like he was a bad basketball player, which he was. And he looked like an assistant coach. Yes, he does. Man. He does not look like a tough guy. He don't look like a guy that can coach. He don't look like a guy who coaches Zion. You know who I feel like can get the best out of Zion? Tom Thibodeau. Would get the best out of Zion. Charles Lee would too.
But Lex think he gonna run through the ground.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at what he did with the Bulls team. I mean, he is a good coach.
He did.
But
Zion turning
you cannot go a whole season going 120 miles per hour. Like, dog, you got to come up with a better strategy. It's an 82-game season, so you gotta think about that, because by the time they played regular season, like almost every game, like it was a playoff game. By the time they got to the playoffs, they were worn out. I mean, look what happened to the Knicks.
Tom Thibodeau said, "We don't worry about the injury report. We just play the players."
Man, went down. Josh Hart went down. Who else went down? Ananubi. It's like, dog, your whole team is going down.
If you're ready to play, we put you out there.
Your whole team is going down, man. You gotta have a better plan.
Well, they super deep now. The Knicks are really deep now. They're ridiculous. They super deep now, so they'll be able to rotate everything. And they got the Iron Man. This boy has never missed a game. Bridges has never missed a game. He's never missed a game.
Hey, but
I'm glad they're in the East though.
He ain't got a whiff of Thibodeau yet.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I know. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, but we got Zion, and that's what matters. So at the end of the day, that's what matters. We got him, and he got DeJounte is his new head coach. That's simply what that is. You go ahead and take it.
Are you guys excited about the season?
He gotta be, man, because
very excited. Very excited. I don't know how long we're gonna win.
Man,
I promise you. I promise you. I put the waivers down.
Stacey, you're not excited about the season till November, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch every game. I'm gonna watch every minute of the game. And guess what? I'm gonna take it.
Q, you not gonna stand up for
it.
What's going on, bro?
Say, bro, all I can say is we just gonna watch and see what happens, my friends.
Man,
That's all we can do.
Man, I can't wait till we release Willie. I said
This
we
is
should
bad.
have did it in the preseason though. That would have been
No,
great.
if it's in the opposite,
We gonna
if
find
it's
him in
in
the preseason.
if
Yes,
it's in the
sir.
reverse, fam,
We
well,
gotta
I
make
want
the
y'all
cut.
to get a man his credit.
Willie Green
Hey,
gotta
How
make
you get fired
Willie
at
Green gotta make
practice?
the cuts. Willie Green gotta make the cuts just like the just like the players.
Oh
Yes,
man.
that's true. That's true.
For real.
Oh,
Because
he's the
man,
Because
coach.
the
Man,
the one thing about it is tell me a better top heavy roster than than the Pelicans.
dog,
You
I was
tell
just
me
telling somebody that.
top
I said,
heavy roster
man,
than the
you
Pelicans.
give Eric Spoelstra, if you give Eric Spoelstra our roster, man, and we go against the Heat,
Wait,
we will
The
blow their
wait.
Knicks,
ass out.
the Knicks. I mean,
That's
they
the
got a
only
lot of
team.
teams.
The Knicks is the only team. The Knicks really
Top,
don't even got a 6 man. Who's
you talking
the
about
Knicks
top
6 man?
heavy?
Top heavy. Tell me a better 6, 7 players than the Pelicans.
Oh, you saying a better? I thought you were just saying like a top heavy team.
I
Top
mean,
heavy. Basically, even with the Knicks, they don't have the six.
I
Well,
mean,
who's
they're
that
not.
6 man? They got
I don't think the
Art
Pels are
position.
top heavy. Like, I mean, you look
it's
at it
not
like
that.
that, but you looking at that Houston team. I don't see them where like they cold as like how you see them. Not Houston, I mean Charlotte. But the Pels, like, they got a good 12-man rotation, 12 guys, I think.
I think
No,
it's the
Oh, it's
no. You
we
know who
talking
got a
about
good 12?
talent now. You talking about how we gonna use them and strategy and all that. You know, you get into
You know who
coaching.
got a
But
good 12 guys? You know who got a good 12 guys? The Grizzlies.
I gotta
yeah,
see their roster. But I know they
yeah.
got
I
Zach
believe
Edey. I
them.
gotta
They
see
they
everybody
got
else after the trades and
they got a
everything.
chip on their shoulder. They back at it.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Willie ain't gonna be able to beat the Grizzlies. Nope. Willie can't beat the Grizzlies. Cause he
He
ain't
I
gonna have
don't,
us.
called the play.
You gotta be
bro,
tough playing them, man. And he ain't gonna have us tough. He ain't
I,
gonna have us.
I'm
Thing
just
is, it's not so
bro.
much as the
I don't think the Grizzlies are unbeatable. It's like we
Okay.
usually
DC,
never
go
have
ahead.
Okay.
Zion when we play
DC,
them.
go
All
use your
right.
excuse. The Grizzly meat
it's
excuse
the
you just
dog
brought
like
up,
this
bro.
in
Grizzly
these
me. What you
players though
talking about,
on
man?
these other
Well, that's what
teams,
you said when
man.
we beat the
They
Grizzlies.
play
That
Go
was
with
ahead.
2 years ago.
violence,
Stop it.
and
Man, look.
we gotta bring it if we dialed into
Yeah.
the small ball. We gotta adopt being vicious, violent. Having that it factor, coming with energy, coming with that effort,
But
just
that's
like
just
with the rebounding. Because just like we were talking about with the Knicks,
that's
they
just
go
coaching.
120 miles per hour.
Yeah.
They're getting after it, and you can see that rubbing off of. You got 4 dogs around Cat. Those dogs are rubbing off on him. You
Yeah.
can see a
Yeah,
difference in the way that he's playing. If y'all have seen the preseason games,
real talk. It's true. He getting
Yeah.
bored. He's
yeah,
scoring and everything.
I mean, he don't even look the same like he was with the T
I
Wolves.
don't.
You got
That's just
4 dogs,
that's
4
just
legitimate dogs around that dude, and it's
yeah.
like, dog, you don't have a choice but to be a dog. You ain't no cat no more. You
Yeah.
a dog.
It start from that coach, man. That shit we don't
Yeah,
that's what we don't
and
have.
that's the thing.
Like how
Like
And
we like
you know what?
we coming in it's like the coach, the dad, and we come in the game and they got the tough dad, he a gangster, and we come in with that, and we come in with our dad, Willie Green. Like, man, look who
This
their OG
dude
is.
crazy, man. He crazy.
This weak ass OG. Yeah.
Oh my
And,
God.
and you know what the thing is, like let's talk about like the teams in the West that we will see like in real, and I ain't gonna keep it long, but the
Fam,
Kings look like they got the best offense in basketball.
the Kings, we dominated the Kings last year. We
I
stepped
know,
all over them. So I
They
mean,
might flip it
know
on us this
they
year.
were missing
how,
somebody. They were. This is
Oh
why
man,
They got
they wanted. This is why they
bro?
wanted Brandon Ingram.
I'm with y'all, man. I can't wait for the season to start.
This is why they wanted Brandon Ingram because they got DeMar DeRozan and he is
Mm-hmm.
playing lights out. And you know that's preseason. We'll see. We'll see. Do we play them in the first half of the year?
I'm sure we do.
yeah.
We
Because
playing
they're a
full
good
time.
barometer. The Kings is a good barometer of how we're gonna play basketball this year. Because they really got everything we really want.
The
Like,
Kings?
The Kings,
yeah,
bro.
Then we try. We step all over the Kings.
What
We beat them.
they gonna give us a bonus or something?
They're not giving us a bonus.
What is
They're
going
not.
on, right?
I mean, what we talking about?
Well, I
Right.
ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
talking
I mean,
about. I'm talking about part a full
Who's the third
roster.
team?
They drafted well and they
I'm not
turned
scared of.
around and
I'm not scared
they
of the
ready.
Kings. I'm not scared of the Grizzlies. I'm not scared of
Man,
none of these
with the
teams.
No,
Grizzlies,
we're
like
not.
even
No, we
I'm
ain't
scared of
scared
the
of
Never
none
said
of them.
I'm
But
scared
the
of the
I'm not
thing
Grizzlies.
scared of
is,
none of
that you got a lot of dog up in them.
I'm
That's
scared of
okay.
the Grizzlies.
them.
We got
Yeah,
some.
but
We got some
we gotta
people for them
we
too.
gotta exceed that though.
Oh, we will.
I'm
Well,
scared of the
yeah,
Grizzlies.
well, they gotta show it because
I'm
hey,
not scared
Big
of
Q,
Grizzlies.
you remember
And
the
and,
team
and
had
y'all, hey,
problems with their
us being
energy.
and the thing is,
Hold on,
y'all,
hold on, hold
us
on, hold
being
on.
scared,
Don't cut
us
off. I want
being
to hear what Lex got to say. Bro, I want to hear what Lex got to say. Go ahead.
oh my
Lex.
bad, good.
Oh, no, I was just saying that, we know how the Pelicans struggled with their energy from the jump. Like it took them some time to get acclimated in the game. That was a problem. Just like, the turnovers and not, making their shots from the free throw line. They had they had things that they struggled with, and those three things were one of them. And the energy level was probably the biggest one. So
Yeah,
the thing is, from the beginning of the game, we can't get off to these slow starts.
yeah,
We got to come out the right way from the jump
and
because these other teams they don't have no problem with that.
yeah,
They really don't.
and that's why I said that's why
Especially
I'm
the
saying like
Grizzlies.
us being scared. For me, when I say I'm scared of certain teams, it's not because
They scared.
like I don't it's more so of who we got backing us. When you look at who's coaching us, I'm gonna be scared. We ain't gonna,
No,
Okay, I
we're
got
not,
you.
come on,
we're
bro.
not gonna be
I get it.
ready for certain things because
No.
Listen,
who we have coaching us is
Yeah, but
scary.
bro, come on, bro.
it
We got
took so long.
we got a matchup, bro.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
a matchup this year, bro.
Hey,
That's what
Big
I'm
Q,
saying.
Big Q, if you was the coach, I wouldn't be scared, Big Q.
No, I'm
But
saying, bro.
but but
You
we
can't
got
deny that,
look,
Big Q.
No,
Look, I second that.
no, I'm
Hey,
just
can I
saying.
be your assistant coach?
Yeah, sure you can.
Yeah, I thank
DC
you.
can be the announcer.
Wait,
He can
hold up.
announce.
Why are you throwing me in this? I'm
Bro, you
talking to
did a good
you.
job. You did a good job being an announcer.
DC could be the
You did have
stadium
a great
announcer.
job.
This man here
DJ DC, he can
Good
play the
job.
music.
trying to add me in on it. Thanks for
Bro, I'm
talking to you, man.
trying to give you. I said Lex got this. I'm trying to give you a job too,
between
brother.
you and
Yeah,
Lex, bro.
you got a
Hey,
job, DC.
That's
So
a
look,
Between
you
you
got to
and
move
Lex.
quick and be
D,
aggressive.
right, it's
I'm
DJ
gonna go be
DC.
what your boy says Zion need. I'm gonna go be the Zion man. Make sure you do everything.
He
Oh,
don't need it
That's the
now.
most
So
important job. You hear me?
he don't need it. He got it now. He don't need your ass for that. He got that already. He done figured it out now. But
All
I'm just
right.
saying, but I'm just saying, fam. I don't see. Listen, I hear what y'all saying, and y'all right, bro. But I'm saying this is a new year. This is, you got
yeah.
everything on the line here. You got the guy listen, Willie Green, and yeah, he wasn't the greatest of guards. We know Willie Green wasn't the greatest players, but player
no,
when he played, he was a bench guy, we know that. But what I'm saying is the man never
He
had
was
a
a coach. He was a coach on the bench.
okay, DC not helping. All I'm saying is that the guy has
motivating, the
he has a
play
point
hard
guard. He
and
got a
stuff.
point guard. He got a point guard to work with him. You don't have to
Okay,
run
okay.
point guard by committee approach.
How
You
much
got to
are
help.
James Borregos, right?
Listen, y'all discounting two major factors
Okay.
that the team
I
have
want
that
to
they
hear
ain't
this.
have in a while. Number one is they got a floor general. Number two, they got a healthy Zion Williamson. God damn it, that's two of the biggest things that we've
Number
been
3.
hitting on.
Come on,
Which
I
is
don't need to
still
I don't
not
need to I don't need to get the number 3 because number 2 is good enough.
Hey,
That's good enough right there.
hey, Big Q,
I
for
like
this
that.
new season, have you
Just
seen anything
saying.
new in the preseason?
I'm just saying, bro. What we see, I haven't seen enough in the preseason to make an accurate
exactly. That's why
account.
look, everything's
I
a big
haven't.
secret.
I know what I'm saying is I'm being honest. I
P14
haven't.
classified.
No, I'm saying
We're not
like
gonna
DC
let
talked about
everybody
this.
know until the game against Chicago.
No, I'm saying what we seen is what we seen. DC talked about when Zion Williamson to get an opportunity to play, he dominated. He talked about that. That was positive. They had some positives, but it's not enough for me to say, okay, this, that, and the third. There's still a lot of questions. to be answered that we're going to have to figure out well, I'm saying they're not going to be perfect opening out the gate because you know they got to learn, they got to iron out the wrinkles.
They got to get some stuff together.
They got to get a lot of stuff together.
They got to figure it out.
Well, the big part about it is the things we talked about in terms of the coach, Willie Green, is he'll be taking more tutorship or whatever you want to call it, an insight from James Borrego for his offense.
But I mean, we get a lot of things that's, I guess, underlooked. You got Chicago coming out the gate, then you get to play Portland twice.
Yeah.
Before you got to worry about Golden State and Indiana, it's gonna be some tough games. Right?
But still in all, though, see, these are early games, though. A lot of these teams ain't gonna be. They're not gonna be in mid-season form when you play some of these guys.
I know one thing for sure about my coach, Willie Green. Okay. And I am gauging this in 10-game increments, okay? Because I know the first 10 games, whatever we got in them first games, that's what we're going to have. But he will make changes after 10 games. So if we can make it through the first 10 games and collect some data, they're not going to be 0-10, brother. They play Portland. They play Portland 3 times before we even get to 10 games.
I was just messing around.
You can't go 0-10.
I was messing around because I was messing around because he said 10 games, but that's the type of duty he go 0-10 and do the same thing.
Was Zion on the court? Was Zion on the court? We better not be up on the
no, we're not gonna be. No, we're not gonna be 0-10 with Zion on the court.
Well, I would say this though, like the NBA season is so long, it's no reason to panic.
It's not.
It's no reason. It's very long, and that's why I'm not scared because one change could spark a team and send them to the right upper. I've seen it. Rasheed Wallace was traded at the half, and then they wanted to
that too. Huh? You remember that? You remember that? I remember that too. Real time.
Play for the Hawks for one day. Play for the Hawks for one game. Got traded to the Hawks for one game, and then got traded to Pistons, which is the craziest thing ever, bro. That's how stupid Atlanta is. They all like that. All of them.
Who did Atlanta have though? Did they have anybody at the time?
They sent somebody to Portland.
Rasheed probably didn't want to be there, man, to be honest.
Josh was still in high school with me, bro.
Okay.
I was playing against Josh at that time. Yeah. He went to McKeitron, I went to Wheeler. Yeah. Yeah. Long story short. Yeah. That's it. Simply the NBA season is so long there ain't no reason to panic. One change can spark everything good. When we do got a diamond and Zion,
Well, we've been going hard on Willie all show, but let's be honest about one thing though. With the way this team has been constructed and the roster we had, along with the rash of injuries, right? Did Willie get a fair shot? Especially his first year, man. He didn't.
He's a scapegoat. He's a scapegoat, bro.
Exactly.
We already know it.
All right, well, let's fast forward, and I got to go through all the other stuff. We get into this season right here, man, and we got on the screen this man roster. Did Willie Green want Daniel Tice as his starting center? I don't think so. You know, Carlo Mack.
Right,
you don't think he did?
No, I think he got punked out. I think he's happy to have the job.
Hey, yep. He want to keep some money in his pocket. Yeah.
These jobs don't come it's just NBA job. They don't come like that, bro. He got punked out and because there ain't no way that's what you're gonna give me after I get the Dejounte Murray. There's no way. I've been employed here.
They don't have no money. You still gotta trade with Brandon Ingram. So with all that being said, man, we got a mismatched roster, right? And we all trying to looking at who gonna play where, or what you gonna do, what, and how you gonna do the center position. Do you not think that this needs to see some live game action before they can, I guess, come to a conclusion on how exactly they're gonna do it? With this unique roster, was he supposed to see this in practice?
It would be nice to start. It would have been nice to start off with the damn preseason.
It would have been nice. In summer league, it would have been nice. Listen, I've been employed a year and I've been walked out the building, and my brother was my boss. My twin brother was my boss. I'm not going for anything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be super tough or whatever.
You the
Being
coach,
a man,
though, brother.
huh?
You the coach,
Yeah,
not the GM. Like he
you
only
gotta walk me out.
got so much problems. I mean, so much power over the roster. You know.
Yeah, right. The coach is supposed to have the. Hey, I need this.
Like
I can't coach
I
this.
made a
I ain't
take a
never seen
while back,
nothing like that.
and I said
Just
Willie is in an impossible situation to succeed.
Yeah, I believe it, bro. I believe it.
You say
I'm
he
hear
been
you.
set up to fail. He been set up to fail. We all know this. And then we got the collection of talent, and it's like it don't suit his strong points, man. Well, this group we got, you need a coach that's extremely innovative and creative.
Yeah.
We'll have a team that'll be challenged for the first goddamn spot in the West.
James
But
Borrego.
that ain't really what Willie is.
Some of James Borrego.
Is that something that it do like do this? This is I know we're going long, and this is gonna be my last thing.
We about to cut it off. We about to cut it off, man.
What you saying that DC is that a black man thing? Because you so passionate about basketball that somebody can throw you anything. Because what if Willie Green would have went overseas to coach a team for a year or two and got seasoned, or if he wanted to went down to college or D2, D3, get away from everybody and got seasoned on coaching before he came up to the NBA, instead of just jumping right into taking that job.
I don't think it's a black man thing. I think it's a blind man thing. It's a lack
Blind
of
man
vision.
thing?
Yeah, man. It's a lack of vision. If you got vision and you can see where you want something to go in the next 5 to 10 years, and you really have a plan thought out, you know, a certain coach might talk to a GM, you know, like your boy for Orlando. And he might decide, look, hey, man, you want me to do this, you got to pay me way more. You know, maybe tell them some numbers where they know you're gonna push them off, because I don't want to be under your thumb. I have a vision of what I want to build. You know, and it's just a vision thing, man.
Yeah.
Instead of being happy to be here. I think Willie was happy to get an opportunity to be a head coach. And he's gonna try and make the best of it. I actually like Willie Green. I think he has some positive attributes.
Oh man, he's a good friend, man.
I think for him, I think for him to be an amazing coach, or to be the coach that he should be, he had to be put in a better position, man. They didn't really do him any favors.
That's called being a scapegoat. That's how
he's kind of in a position where his hands are tied, but everything that happens, he gets blamed for. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really peculiar situation. But with all that being said, I still think he can do 10 times better than he's doing.
But DC, I've been a part of this chat for a long, like 2 months now, something like that. That was the most intelligent thing you said the whole time, bro. Like real talk. And I'm not saying that you ain't never been intelligent. That was the most intelligent thing you said. I didn't know you had it in you, bro. I did.
It's always that, man. But you know, I work with some heavy hitters, bro. I be laying in the custom.
Oh, is that what it is?
I be chilling, bro. But yeah, man, Willie is in a possible situation to succeed, man. And the only way that I think it'll turn, and we just got to stay afloat until we find a way to trade Brandon Ingram and you see what you get from that. Because if we want to play switch all, man, and we want to run the type of defense that he wants to run, you need an extremely unique guy in the paint, you know, a la Draymond Green. Or you seen a lesser version of it with a guy one of y'all didn't like with DeAndre Ayton. Maybe that's his saving grace. He might be trying to get DeAndre Ayton and resalvage him. I guarantee you DeAndre Ayton can run a switch off. And he has the ability. He got the ability to stretch. He can stretch the floor too. He got a little shot. People be sleeping on.
What can't DeAndre do? And what is he the best at? And what is he good at? You understand what I'm saying? What can't he do?
I don't think it's nothing he can't do. It's just like you said, he's lazy in his mentality towards whether he want to do it or not and really win. But he got all the tools.
Yeah, he like playing with Willie too. I mean,
yeah, he liked Willie. After Willie left, you kind of see all that went left with Monty Williams. So I don't know. We might be looking at getting DeAndre in, yo. Anybody else? Y'all got y'all takes, man. Y'all can go around the board everybody get a chance to say whatever they want to say, and we about to get up out of here.
Yeah. Free Jordan Hawkins, man.
Hey, I like your take on Jordan Hawkins, Don. You my guy, man. I feel the same way about Hawk, bro. I see it, bro. I see the vision.
Yeah, man.
That's all you got to say, Don?
yeah.
Free Hawk. All right. Stacey, what's going on, bro? Go ahead and end us out, man.
I really want to tell y'all I really enjoyed this. I know that I've been talking for the longest and never spoke to y'all, but hey, get what? Yeah. And I ain't mean to cut anybody off the whole time, but yeah, I'll do my best. I be wanting to be polite and passionate as possible. You know what I mean? That's simply what that is, dog. I just go Pels, I guess. That's it.
All right. Sure. Yeah, it's cool, Stacey, man. Glad to have you here. We normally do these shows on Fridays. I'm pretty sure we probably stated that enough, but we usually have.
Just pray. Pray for my trip. I'm about to leave. I'm about to go to Atlanta, like within the next hour.
Brother. Safe travels, man. I'm gonna shoot one up for you. But next Friday, man, when we do a show again, pop back in, bro. Pop back in. As always, love. Glad to have you here. Enjoyed everybody in the chat, man. Great show as usual. And until next time, go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who That too.